wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, here we go. Hello and happy Friday. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Yes.
We made it.
Yes, we did. Very excited to be at a weekend here. You guys have any big plans going on this weekend? Anything massive going to be going down?
You know, my girlfriend with that big fancy boat was talking about taking that big fancy boat out again this weekend.
You're so bougie, Virginia.
If you guys want to jump on that big boat, there's plenty of room. It's 81 feet long.
81 feet. I don't even to even put that into context. I don't know if I can.
Here's the context for you.
Okay.
I remember like 10 years ago, we went to the Palm Beach Boat Show.
Okay.
And they were trying to sell Celine Dion's boat.
Geez.
So they let us go on it and look at it.
Okay.
And because we were like pretending like, oh, we're in the market. But they didn't know that we weren't. You know, that's what everybody does at the boat show.
You don't think they know, but they probably like that.
They probably knew.
Yeah, look at this crew. They can't afford this.
Celine Dion's boat was 93 feet long.
Wow. Okay.
That's Celine Dion.
Yeah. Okay. So you're hanging with Celine Dion kind of people these days, huh?
I am. But they're actually not like snobby.
Okay.
They're really nice. You would love them.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it sounds great.
Yeah, you know yacht people, they're never snobby. You know those rare, nice, non-snobby yacht people?
I promise you they're not snobby.
Okay. Well, that sounds like fun. Bird, you got anything big going on this weekend?
Yeah, this is the first weekend I'm starting that whole pizza vlog I'm doing. I'm trying to find all kind of pizza areas here in South Florida. I want to go as far up to Orlando, down to Miami. I'd like to cover the best pizzas. Yeah.
Okay.
So the good people who do listen to this program, they have sent me many places to try. I just have to kind of cipher through all of them and see which one I'm going for this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you decide to go down south, we're kicking around the idea of hopping on the Brightline and going exploring.
Oh, I love the Bright Line.
Yeah. It's up and cranking, so we'll see. It's doing very well. It's zipping up and down throughout the coast and just, killing people as it goes. So.
Magnolia wants to do the Bright Line.
She does.
Yeah,
she
wants to go down there for the day. I told her we'd do it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's why if you're Fort Lauderdale, Miami, West Palm Beach, any of those towns are near them, you always need to kind of like keep your social calendar open and look to see what's going on everywhere else, because you can easily get around South Florida now and go check out all the cool events going to be going on. And I'll let you know what is going on this weekend that you might want to check out coming up here on the show. Going to do a little no-name movie game. That's just going to be after 7 o'clock here today. We got some Feel Good Fridays that we're going to be doing. Also, yesterday we were talking a lot about Pete Davidson and his impressive dating resume. So we're going to play a fun little game, the Celebrity Dating Resume game coming up. I'll name all the hot ladies that they've dated. You tell me who the celebrity is. And we're also going to try another round of producer Dennys Knows When You're High. So Wake and Bakers, get ready for 8:30 this morning.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Jay Bird?
Taco Bell, they have launched a new taco subscription service called the Taco Lovers Pass. Now, I edited up some audio over there, Kev, if you want to hear them kind of talk about what this is. Do you love this deal or not?
Okay.
If you're hungry, well, lovers of Taco Bell can get a discount when they prepay for their daily fix. The fast food chain is rolling out a new subscription service called the Taco Lovers Pass. For $10 a month, customers can get one taco a day for 30 straight days.
I mean, is that pretty...
One taco a day for 30 straight days, and that's $10?
It's that's what I wanted to bring up. Is this a good deal, or you're kind of like...
No.
It's not a good deal?
It's not a good deal because I'm not going to be able to go out of my way and visit them on the daily. I want to be able to go there and get like 4 tacos or 5 tacos because one taco is not enough.
That's always my thing when it comes to Taco Bell and they do the one taco deal. Do a lot of people really clamor for that one taco?
I'm not Rocco. I need more than one taco.
Yeah, we're grown-ups here. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's why I'm bringing it up to the good people. Is that a great deal?
No, this is them getting you in their store because they know that once they get you there and they charge you $10 to do it, you're going to buy other stuff because a human cannot live on one taco alone.
Well, when I was listening to that audio, I was trying to remember what was the Olive Garden deal. 'Cause I bought that Fast Pass or whatever that was, but what came with the deal I got? I never used it, so I can't remember what it was. But it was $100. It was that card.
Yeah, it was something unlimited, but isn't it always unlimited there?
No. Just you're thinking of the bottomless salad and the breadsticks. But I think it wasn't. The good people will know what that Olive Garden was. But I was trying to compare those two membership type deals. I think Olive Garden's better.
I can't remember what the deal was.
I gotta look into
I was
that.
just laughing hysterically that you paid $100 for this platinum card
Didn't
that you
use it.
never used.
It was more about just the title. It was about walking into parties and going, yeah.
Just spending money on
He
things
would
you don't
flash
use.
it.
Ladies, I got the plastic.
Oh, yeah?
I got the OG plastic.
Yeah, they probably got you
And
places.
the women would just get the vapors.
Yeah, that'll get you on an 81-foot yacht.
Yeah, she gets on yachts. I get on tugboats.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this makes sense if you're a person who is always going to Taco Bell. They say that the individual tacos, they cost about anywhere from $1.39 to $2.39. So they say if you go between 3 and 7 times every month, you'll break even. So if you're always just getting regular tacos anyway, you pay $10 a month, and let's say that you would go 12 times a day or 12 times a month to Taco Bell. Then you would wind up making, it would save you money if you're that kind of person. But you're really only talking about this impacting a total diehard Taco Bell fan that is always there, like almost every other day you're going. If you are, then this might make sense.
I was craving Taco Bell. Sometimes I'll drive by there and my bones just need it. And it was so delicious. It was so good.
It was a good round.
And then I wanted to duplicate it a week later, and it was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Horrific round.
That is an issue. A lot of fast food drive-thrus struggle with consistency. You'll go one time and it'll be just like melt in your mouth, amazing. I think it's all about the love put into the preparation.
It was the same exact place, and it was as if I went to 2 different restaurants. And
It happens.
The first one was so good, I had to go back.
That happens to me all the time. And I find it sometimes with the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, there are moods I get into. It's like I said it before, my bones, they yearn, they need it.
If you want any of these tacos, the options you have is a soft taco, a spicy potato soft taco, the crunchy tacos, and the Doritos tacos. Those are the options you can get.
I like that Dorito shell they use. I do like that. When I'm in the mood, which is always.
If you want to get it, you download their app.
Okay.
Everything goes through the app, and you get it from there. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I hesitated to tell you this, but I guess I'll tell you.
Okay.
Because I know that normally I get to a little depressing in my talk.
Especially on Fridays. Woohoo, weekend.
But I might just jump in my car this weekend and go drive to see my dad and grandma. Both of them have COVID, my dad and my grandma. Now, I'm not going to go see them face to face, but I wanted to be able to stand outside of whatever place they're in and say, how are you doing? And like check in with them because both of them just tested positive.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you see me on the road,
So you're going to drive to Kentucky to go wave at him, huh?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Man, you are just a traveler, an
know.
adventurer. You're always out there. I remember she came in here, Kev, I want to travel more this year. Wow, you traveled so much last year.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of the road.
Yeah, you are not.
How far of a drive is that?
It's like 13 hours.
Well, will you do podcast or music?
Podcast. I mostly do like Dateline.
Okay, all right.
Well, that sounds like a hoot.
I tell you, you should have for a great weekend. Oh my god!
I'm like a murder special
my-
on
Are you
podcast.
driving by yourself?
I don't know.
That's even more. Don't, because you're going to turn into a Dateline story.
So a solo trip up to Kentucky, listen to Dateline,
It's
huh?
possible.
Okay.
To go visit her family who has COVID.
Well, I've been trying to call them for the past 24 hours and nobody's calling me back. So now I've gone into freak out mode.
Yeah, maybe they're just resting.
I know.
Stephanie in the chat room, she goes, pretty good, 14 minutes to Depression Town. It only took you 14 minutes to get there.
Strap in, Stephanie.
What I got on my mind here today, oh, it's the worst thing ever. I've got an ingrown hair inside my nose, and I've had it for a little while, and it's so painful, and it's so bad that like it's turning my nose red. I look like Rudolph.
Denny's had this.
Yeah.
What the heck do you do? Because you can't really, it's not like a regular kind of zit or ingrown hair, because I can't really get to it to do anything to it.
You've got to get somebody to release the beast.
How do you do this? What do you do with a nose zit?
I know an esthetician that can get it.
Oh my gosh, it's the craziest thing ever.
Sweet Dennys has struggled for at least a solid 3 days with this.
Yeah, it's been going for a while. I would say a couple of weeks I'd had the ingrown hair and it wasn't that bad, but the last couple of days, something's going on because it's gotten even more painful, and it is just, and I'm like, and I was sitting there trying to go at it, had like a little pin. I'm trying to, like a safety pin. I'm trying to be like, what can I do to free this hair or something? And
See, you can't see it. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
you're just in there jabbing around, and you might be making it worse.
Probably. I'm sure I probably am. Yeah, so I was just like, what has anybody ever done? What is the remedy for a nose zit?
Go see an esthetician, because what they'll do is they have a magnifying glass, and she'll open up your nasal cavity, and she'll get in there and just pull the hair right out.
That's so gross. I hate to do gross things to other people.
There's so many of these videos on TikTok of people releasing ingrown hairs. I watch them for hours. They're fascinating.
Do you want to touch it? Does it feel good if you itch it or scratch it?
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about this.
You just looked at him and said, do you want to touch it?
Yeah.
Just talk about your nose, Ralston.
What are you talking about?
It is Friday. Woohoo.
Hey, you want to touch it?
No, you don't, because it hurts. So you don't really want to touch it, but it's your nose. So you either wind up touching it, or you got to blow your nose or something like that. So it's kind of always there. And then when you look at it, you're like, my nose is still red.
I will set you up with an emergency appointment with a professional.
Okay.
Say the word.
Might have to, because I didn't know what to do for this. I just thought, like, is this thing ever going to go away, or am I just going to be living my life with a nose zit?
I've seen them on TikTok pull out ingrown hairs
That's
that
so
end
gnarly.
up being like
Yeah.
2.5 feet long. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I cringe at what might be going on. I don't want to get too graphic, but yeah, that's that could be going. I mean, who knows? It might be longer than I am at this point.
Can it really get to be that long? Or are you exaggerating?
Well, if it's a hair follicle that grows long hair, yes, it can. Your nose hairs don't grow long hairs, but they
Okay.
do grow, like an inch or two. So,
Okay.
I mean, that's what's causing you that discomfort. You got to release it and get it out of there.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if we can do that then, Virginia. Hook me up, and hopefully I can get rid of this nose zit.
I'll text my girl right now.
I didn't notice your red nose at all until you said it, and that's all I can look at.
Oh, I
now.
know. It's so, yeah, right?
Can we call you Rudolph just for today?
Go ahead. Yeah. Hopefully it is just today. I don't know. I got to get rid of this thing. Oh, my gosh. Check this out. I was talking about how I have an ingrown hair in my nose, and it's all hurting, turning red. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I had an ingrown hair in my nose once, and it ended up coming out of the outside of my nostril. It
What?
was so long and painful. Apparently, it's got a name, too. They call it a witch hair.
Oh my gosh.
I've known about this, Virginia.
I do know about witch hairs.
Really?
So you can have like on your arm or
Okay.
like on your face one errant hair that just grows longer than all the rest of them for some reason, and you don't know why, but you have to like keep an eye on it and trim it because it will grow really, really long and be the only one.
Oh, wow.
That's
okay.
a thing. That's a real thing.
Wow. The person texted in too and said, yeah, I got it pulled by a professional. Go get it done ASAP. I may or may not have been putting certain things up my nose at the time, and I believe that might have contributed to it, and thankfully I don't have either problem anymore. But
You can
wow.
you can infect it by putting a needle up there, like you're doing.
Sure, yeah.
And then make
I'm
it
sure I'm not doing it
wrong.
right. Yeah. That's kind of how I roll.
Yes, that's how we roll.
Yeah.
We don't do it right.
Okay, interesting stuff. And Lisa said, just could be a zit. Maybe put some rubbing alcohol in a Q-tip and hold it against it. That might help it out.
Maybe get a little one-on-one with Sweet Dennys. He's gone through this before.
I will consult him.
He'll tell you his story.
Thank you very much. It's what a bizarre thing.
Why don't you lay down on the counter and let us get an iPhone flashlight up there and see what's going on?
I don't think you're going to see anything except just maybe red, but you're welcome to it if you really want to stare inside my schnoz.
Well, what she wants to do is make you feel really uncomfortable and then publicly insult you. How terrible your nose looks and how gross it is. Yeah.
I'm used to it.
You don't want to do that, Kev?
No, I'm okay with it. Go ahead. Have at it.
I just want to help you.
I know. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody wanting to help me. I'll hopefully get something going on here.
I will text my girl, and she's a professional.
Okay. That's what I need, I think.
I won't text her now because she's probably sleeping, but as soon as day breaks.
Yeah. I expect I'll wait till after the show to do this.
Okay.
I got an email here. What do you think? Good idea, bad idea? Birthday parties for the dead. It says, my friend lost her boyfriend 11 years ago to a car accident, and now every single year since he passed, she has a huge birthday party for him. Now, the first couple of years, I enthusiastically supported my friend, but now I don't want to be a part of it anymore. She thinks it's an awesome time, but I find it really depressing. And many times it turns sad because she'll start playing old videos of her boyfriend, then she'll start crying. It really is something now I dread. My other friend thinks it's such a great thing to do. She thinks I'm the one who is weird for thinking it's depressing. She says it's more of a celebration. What do you all think? Well, to me, I don't think it's much of a celebration if you're crying.
Yeah, I'm all for this. I think it's a great idea if it is a celebration. But if it's riddled with sadness and depression, I think it's a horrific idea.
Well, I find it interesting that it's a boyfriend and it's 11 years later.
Like, have you moved on with a new man? I mean, 11 years and you're still pining for the dead guy?
I would say no, because I would think a new man would probably take issue with this celebration.
And sometimes, keep in mind, you don't have to be married to have that be the love of your life. Maybe that's the one person that really she loved.
And clearly, I think that's what it is. And by the sounds of it, I would assume that, she's not moved on and she still pines for her dead ex.
I'm about celebration, snacks, laughter, drinks. We are celebrating. If there's tears and no, I think it's no.
It sounds like maybe after a decade, especially, it's maybe time that she makes it a personal observance. Bringing your friends into it, I think that's tough. I think that's a big ask of a friend, especially if it's, hey, let's sit down and watch these videos and then you can watch me cry and console me. Hey, maybe you're great friends and that's the way you want to do it. But I could understand where you'd be like, this is a big ask.
What's your guys' thought on celebrating? If it is fun, celebrating people that have passed on.
I like that. I think that's fine. I think that's great. What an honor that would be. If you passed 11 years later, hey, my friends even just said, hey, had a shot and a toast. Hey, here's little Kev. Remember him 11 years ago? They'd be like, yeah.
Happy birthday to that guy that we know that died from that ingrown hair.
Yes, the witch hair took him out. It's crazy. All the things he went through, finally a witch hair.
He never went to Virginia's friend.
He never went. He tried to dig it out himself with an ink pen.
Yeah. Safety pin. Safety pin. So, yeah, I go for it. Have fun. I like the observance, but I think that you as the friend sending us this email, I get where it would be tough for you.
Let's have beers and not tears.
Yeah. And you could maybe start off that way. And then the beers bring on the tears.
You're right.
And then all of a sudden you're in something maybe you don't want to be. So our thoughts. All right. Well, if you ever got anything that you would like to hit us up with, get our perspective, just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Why is it that you always talk about crotchety old people? Why is it that people seem to get so angry as they get older? They're just more annoyed. They're annoyed by everything. What is it? Is it because their body hurts, it aches? They just have less tolerance for this because they've seen it so many times?
That's just it. You've been to the puppet show, you've seen the strings, and you're over it all.
Is that what it
Yes.
is? It's just like, I can't take this one more time. This is just driving me too insane. Well, as you've gotten older, what has become increasingly more annoying? Things that you realize you don't have patience for, you have low tolerance when this happens.
Really, really, really loud cars. especially if
Yeah.
There's this one kid on my street that loves to down the little side street.
Yeah.
And I turned 90 years old.
You're shaking your fist at him.
Yes.
Loud, like no muffler, but then also loud bass.
Yeah.
Oh. When you're
Yeah.
sitting at a red light and the person behind you is like shaking your window.
I don't know what it is, but as you get older, for some reason, jarring loud noises, they do seem to quickly just trigger you and get you irritated. I don't know what it is. But like I said, I had it the other night with the TikTok thing where it's like, I'm over here, I'm working on something, I'm really trying to concentrate. It's like, oh. And I just walked out of the room. My wife's like, what's up with you? I'm like, I just cannot focus with that TikTok going on.
Yeah, it makes me, there's loud sound. It makes me angry. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, she's like, why are you so frightened? I'm like, yeah, I can't deal with this. Distractions on my computer screen, somebody put on Reddit. Too many flying ads.
It's a lot of stimulation.
And I can't tell if it's because I'm getting older or because they're getting more ads that come at you. There are times where, especially, I think I use the internet different than a lot of people. I'm trying to get stuff in fast. You're trying to move quick.
You're
and
working.
Like, I need to grab this. I need to grab that. And I go to a web page and I'm like, okay. And you start to, because I copy paste everything. And so I go right to it and something takes over the screen. And then you're trying to figure that, where's that little X to exit out of this? And then as soon as you try to get that, four of the things, and you're like, all right. And
Then you accidentally click on the ad.
Right. And then the ad comes up and then you see what the ad is. You're like going, I'm never buying Allegra. And here you are just all frustrated and angry. It just gets you all so amped up. So I don't know if it's an age thing or it's just they're just hitting us with more ads. Other things that you become increasingly annoyed with as you get older. One person on Reddit said, fast food doesn't taste as good, and I feel like death every time I eat it.
Yes.
Well, we were just kind of talking a little bit about that. It is a young man's game or a young woman's game. You gotta be built for that at times.
And I think they know that because look at the ads that they have for fast food restaurants. It's always kids in their 20s. I look at my kids in their early 20s, love the fast food game and everything they eat. That's their whole world up until maybe the age of 30. Fast food really is your diet.
But they have a good point. I mean, I don't think age would affect this. Has fast food taste, has their quality gone down?
I feel like it has.
I do too. I really do. And I'm in that world.
I feel like they have tried to cut corners with ingredients where maybe they used better ingredients before, but now they use more fillers and crap to make it more affordable to produce. So their
are you
profit
about to
margins.
do a back in my day fast food?
Back in my day,
fast food tasted delicious. They didn't have all these processors and fillers.
It did taste different. I'm telling you.
I know, but are we old? Is that what it is? Or is it that the quality's fallen off?
That's what I can't determine. The other thing that I wonder too, as you get older, do you start opening yourself up to better food and fresher food so that when you do go back to fast food, that it tastes different and not as good to you? Because I notice primarily what my kids eat. They're 23 years old. It's a majority fast food. So they don't really taste a lot of other stuff that's not. And so if that's all you know, is that just the game? And then as you get older, you're diversifying, eating better food, and then when you do go back, you're like, this doesn't taste as good.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the other thing, too, we're living in a time where there's so many of those restaurants, they're not fast food. They're a step above the fast food. And
Like your Burger Fi.
Yeah, and we're used to, though, it's just better food. And
Yeah,
we're used
yes.
to that.
And they use great ingredients at a place like a Burger Fi. And if you put that up against maybe some other fast food burgers, you will taste the difference.
Because to me, it's still fast food. I know they don't call it fast food, but it feels like fast food, but it doesn't taste like it.
Yeah. Somebody's texting to us, as you've gotten older, what has become increasingly annoying, lack of customer service.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't think that's an age thing.
Right. As I'm looking through this list, I'm trying to figure out how much of this is me and how much of this is legit and just society that is going on. Am I changing or is everything else changing around me?
Customer service has without a doubt gone down to the point where when you get good customer service, it stands out so much.
It does, yeah.
And I've heard people in their 20s, 30s, 40s,
Yeah.
50s, everyone has complained about customer service.
Yeah, and when somebody finally does it right, those places seem to thrive. Look at a Chick-fil-A. It's crazy. You can't get into half of those joints. I always wonder, I'm like, what is the profit margin on one of those restaurants? Because they always have crazy lines. But I would say if you had to come up with lists of who actually does customer service right, they would be near the top.
Yes.
And they're doing well because of it. Other businesses don't notice this. Another one that somebody put on Reddit, they said, people who don't pay attention, especially in a conversation.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just some things that, is it you or is it your age?
There might be a little both going on there.
Yeah. Well, it is the final home game for the Miami Dolphins this season. If you delve deep into Dolphin lore, boy, there are people all over the place. You have two factions, people who are very unhappy with the rebuild and how it's going for the Miami Dolphins, and people are like, oh, give it a little bit more time. We got to be patient. But people are starting to run out of patience as the Dolphins are yet again not making the playoffs this year, so their final game will be at Hard Rock Stadium against the Patriots on Sunday. And then that's it. Other things going on this weekend in South Florida. If you would like to get out, you've got Finesse Mitchell. He's going to be playing at the Dania Improv. That is tonight through Sunday.
That's the guy that brought down Bill Cosby, and then Bill Cosby came back.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No.
Nope.
Oh, what's that guy's
That's
name?
Hannibal Buress.
Oh, sorry.
Finesse Mitchell, he was on SNL at one point.
Sorry.
It's all right. You do the dirt. Don't make Kevin take the dirt away again.
You mean the zombie dirt?
Also going on tonight, it's the first Friday at 5 free concert at Centennial Park and Amphitheater in downtown Boynton Beach. Tomorrow, they're doing a Los Olas Art Fair in Fort Lauderdale. That's Saturday and Sunday. It's also kicking off Super Car Week. If you love cars, the West Palm Beach Waterfront's a place to go all week long. Then on Sunday, they got the Cars and Coffee at the Palm Beach Outlets in West Palm. You need to know for two reasons. One, if you love cars, and two, if you drive around there, you can't get around the outlets. There are so many people that come out to that. Traffic is insane when they do that on Sundays. And I always forget, and I'm like, why can't I get around here? So it is tough. They're also going to be doing the Palm Beach Veg Fest at the Meyer Amphitheater in West Palm Beach on Sunday. So if you're a vegan vegetarian, this might be something for you to check out if you just love a whole thing about vegetables.
Even in those cliques, Kev, the vegetarians and the vegans, there's a
Do they
war
really?
even within that community.
Oh, man, what if they threw down on Sunday?
They're going to throw cucumbers at each other.
Oh, yes. I was beaten down with a rutabaga. And then you got the West Palm Beach Green Market. That's going to be Saturday morning at the West Palm Beach waterfront. So that's just some of the stuff that is going on this weekend. Today kicks off the weekend in a very smelly way. I didn't even know they had a holiday for this, but it is National Pass Gas Day.
Really?
Boy. Yeah, there's a holiday. Yesterday was National Bean Day.
Isn't it odd that they...
They go back to back.
It makes sense that you would have Pass Gas Day a day after National Bean Day.
Okay.
You're right, they are back to back.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. What you're supposed to do today is be proud of your flatulence. So let it go. And they've done a survey to go along with National Pass Gas Day. It says 16% of Americans are proud of their flatulence. My wife would be part of that.
She is definitely in that strong 16%.
She has a
Whoever
high
the top of that 16%
strong, yeah.
is.
She's in the 1 percentile. She loves farts. They say they will almost always admit that they were the ones who farted. They have no shame in the game. They're always like, "Yep, I farted." 51% of Americans will freely pass gas in front of their significant other.
Wait, what was that number?
51%. It's a half-half.
Are you and Panda at that point?
No, he does it to me, but I don't do it to him.
So he makes a production out of it.
Sometimes, if Rocco is there, because Rocco loves farts,
Okay, yeah.
Daddy makes Rocco laugh.
But if Panda's heard you, it's been accidental.
Totally.
Okay, that's wow. It's very eye-opening.
And he'll look up like, was that you? And then I'll be like, no, the bed just squeaked. That was so weird. These sleep number beds, man, they just squeak a lot.
You got the fart version?
I got the fart bed.
They say 50% of Americans enjoy the smell of their own gas.
No.
Enjoy?
Enjoy. My wife's definitely part of that.
I think we're all curious.
She enjoys.
Yeah, she does. The thing that makes her most sad about losing her sense of smell with COVID is not being able to smell her own toots.
Really?
Yeah. She's verbalized that for some reason.
Gosh, only if she would, I would love to interview her. I really want to get just deep behind. There's so many questions.
Don't go too deep.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might want to do one of those long distance.
You didn't lose your sense of smell.
You know how they do the COVID interviews now where they put one microphone about 20 feet away from the person interviewing? That would be the one to do with my wife. Only 25% of people try to hold it in on public transportation. That's only a quarter of people. So if you're on the Bright Line this weekend, yeah, it's 75% of people are just letting it fly.
Does that number seem a little flawed there?
I never have like any kind of remorse for farts that happen like on an airplane because it's so loud. Nobody can hear you fart into your airplane seat.
There's your testimony.
Well, that's just it. Depending on what type of transportation, she's right. If it's a plane, it's going to be louder. Even on a Greyhound bus, those things are loud.
Totally. They're not going to know where it came from. They're just going to smell it.
I think a majority of Americans would like to get it out of them, and they will do that. Okay, let me try to muffle it, and let's just pray that there's no odor that goes with it.
Don't show your cards, though. You were just mimicking that, and it was all in the face. I could tell what you were doing. Got to make sure you're playing poker over there.
Yeah, I hope I have a good face because I'll do that at times. You're like, okay, maybe I can get this thing out. And
don't
nobody's
give it
gonna notice.
Don't give it away with your body language.
Well, that's the most horrific thing where you think everything's gonna be okay. You're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
wow.
don't lean to the side.
No,
because
don't lean.
Everybody knows what you're doing.
You're right. You're right.
I'll never mind.
They say 10% of people who pass gas accidentally in front of others will try to blame someone else. 10% of people.
I think Virginia used to blame it on Magnolia.
I blamed it on Rocco. I blamed it on Mags. I've been known to blame it on people around me.
That's cold.
Sorry. It's a cold world out there, Kev.
The kid thing I get. If your kid's 3 years old and you're at the store and you let one rip, sorry, Rocco. Yeah, you blame your kid on that. But if the kid's older, I don't think that's cool.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear what you're saying.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, the Real Housewives of Miami is back, but they kind of tricked me. I got all excited. I was getting ready to look on my TV channel from DirecTV to see when it was going to be on Bravo. And it's not on Bravo, and it's not free. If you want to watch The Real Housewives of Miami, you have to get Peacock.
Okay.
Because it's streaming on Peacock. And you should also note, because I was kind of disappointed, some of my favorites are apparently not back because they're not in the promo photos. So Mary Saul is not back, Adriana is not back, and Joanna Krupa are not back. But Alexia, Lisa Hochstein, whose husband is the boob god, the plastic surgeon, and there's 3 new girls.
Quite a title to have, though. The boob god.
The boob god.
I'm the lord of the breasts.
So I don't know. I mean, watch if you want, but I don't know. I was kind of excited about the old cast coming back, but they're not all coming back.
What's the only thing worse than watching the Housewife show, Kevin? Talking about watching the Housewife show.
Look, it's Miami. You got to respect it. It's in our backyard.
You tell us Miami hates us.
Britney Spears took to Instagram to celebrate being a free woman. Boy, she did a full frontal where she's naked, but she's got like little emojis just barely covering the goodies.
Do that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, she captioned it, free woman energy has never felt better. So if she's happy, I'm happy.
One of us, we need to duplicate that video.
1, 2, 3, not it.
I think Burr's just saying he wants to do it.
I know. We see you.
Who's coming with me? Who's filming?
And talking about Miami, I guess Will Smith was working out with the Dolphins at their training facility and accidentally ripped a fart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Get that last stretch. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And since we got our upper units, pull-ups, okay, we want to make sure we get full range of motion.
Sorry about this. Sorry about this. You guys have showers in here?
We do.
Okay.
You know that move, Kevin.
That was loud. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, he really blew it. It sounds like he probably put a little extra into that.
It does.
It sounded like somebody mic'd the fart.
It was right, yeah. Wherever that camera was, it was close to his tuchus.
It's a very topical clip, too.
It is, yeah,
Yes.
because not only the Dolphins stink, but Will Smith does too.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay, got some celebrity birthdays here today, including a happy birthday to Blue Ivy Carter. That is the kid of Beyonce and Jay-Z, turning 10 years old today. Jeremy Renner, apparently doing very well with that Hawkeye special he's got on Disney Plus, I think is where that is. Somewhere, but people talk about it. It's doing well. He's 51 today. Nicolas Cage is 58. And I believe his wife just had a baby.
He was doing karaoke, and I guess he did this unbelievable performance of Purple Rain.
Yeah.
And then someone leaked it out, and it went viral. And I guess he was mad about it.
Yeah, he was really upset because he felt like it was a violation. He said, singing is therapy. Karaoke is supposed to be private. It's like a prayer.
Do you think karaoke's private? I don't think it is.
No, I think the whole thing is you go up publicly sing in front of a lot of people, and pretty much everybody will record your performance and post it on social media when you do bad.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
You've lost your mind.
I don't think he really gets karaoke. I think it's
No, he does not get karaoke if that's the way he feels.
You do got to check out that version of Purple Rain.
I would love to see it. Yeah, maybe Dennys can pull that audio. Katie Couric turning 65 today, and Kenny Loggins is 74. Used to do every song for every soundtrack back in the 80s. Also, happy birthday to Nathan turning 8 from Mom and Taylor. Love you, Chihuahua. Also, we got Abby from Cape Coral having a wonderful 11th birthday, going ice skating tomorrow to celebrate.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
That's from Daddy, Mommy, Annabelle, and Sky. Also, happy birthday to the best Kentuckian I know, Miss Julie Ellen. Also, happy birthday to Charlie Trujillo. He's headed to Palm Beach Central High School right now. Go Broncos. That's from Dad, Mom, Sophia Pumpkin, and Lily. Also, happy birthday to Buster in the chat room. Also, Mary Wheeler from Fort Pierce is having a birthday. And we got a photo of her there on KVJ TV that she sent in. So thank you for that and the photos and the birthdays. You want to get one in on the KVJ Show, just let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. Well, if you're looking to go to the movies this weekend, they say that Spider-Man is likely going to be the movie that is going to make most of the money. So it's out there. We had seen it just kind of because it was during the holidays, snuck up there. I think it's made around $600 million already. It's already in the top 10 of the top grossing movies, Spider-Man No Way Home. So they think it's going to be bringing in another $25 to $27 million. It's up to $627 million total. It just pushed past Star Wars The Last Jedi and The Avengers. So that'll let you know just how well that movie is doing. The 355 or the 355, I don't know what that is. Jessica Chastain, Penelope Cruz. That's coming out this weekend, but that's not supposed to do very well.
Oh, Spidey's going to destroy that movie.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So this is going to be the big dog again in theaters this weekend. I thought it was kind of interesting because he did a breakdown. There's a lot of talk about all three Spider-Men now that you've had, and it is kind of confusing because this is the third series, and this is now a trilogy that you got with Tom Holland's, but then you had Tobey Maguire that started it off. So who's made more money as Spider-Man, as they've done pretty much equal movies?
We're taking Andrew Garfield out of this equation?
He's in it, but I'll tell you, he's in dead last.
Oh.
It really is a two-dog race. Yeah, I don't think I've even seen any of the Andrew Garfield. I don't want to call them weak. I just,
for whatever reason, 30 going to high school.
Yeah, I just didn't have the enthusiasm for whatever reason. I think I watched part of one of them with my son, and he was too young at the time, and he got freaked out, so we left, and I never went back to watch it. They say Tobey Maguire has made a lot more than the other two. He's pocketed about $36.5 million in salary, and that's not counting bonuses that he made playing Spider-Man.
Straight up Spidey money right there.
And that's almost, about 20 years now that he did that?
Yeah, damn.
Right. You'll know if you see the new Spider-Man, you're like, okay, it's been a while. It's been a while. It's a little tease there for you. They say that Tom Holland reportedly made $250,000 for his first appearance as Spider-Man in Captain America: Civil War, and then for Spider-Man: Homecoming, I think it was the last one, he got $1.5 million in salary and bonuses. And for this one, Spider-Man: Far From Home, they say he's rumored to have made $4 million. Meanwhile, Andrew Garfield reportedly made $500,000 for his first Spider-Man and only $1 million for the second, and there was no third, and it looks like he's done. So that's pretty much how it breaks down. So Tobey Maguire has made a lot more money than the other Spider-Man. So he'd be the true Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
he's my
reigns
Spider-Man.
supreme.
But I got to tell you, Tom Holland's pretty good. I enjoy it. It's a pretty solid movie. Just don't think too much about it. First time of the new year, we got a no-name movie game for you. Bird won the last one to wrap up 2021. Virginia was out on that Friday, even though she was the champ. So we'll see how it carries over into the new year.
The champ left the belt at home.
The champ didn't come to work the last day of the year, ruining the last show. Okay.
So we are comparing who was the...
We're flawed champions.
Who's the LVP, the least valuable? Okay, Julie's on here from West Palm Beach. Hello, Julie.
Good morning, KVJ.
Good morning. Okay, are you ready to do this?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, Virginia's going to be giving you clues to movies. You can't use any of the characters' names, any of the actors' names, or any of the words from the title of the movie. We will be giving you 60 seconds to see how well you can do, and your time begins now.
Pass. Pass. 3.14 is this.
Pie?
Yes.
American Pie?
Yes, you got it. Pass on that one. They go from like robots into vehicles. There's a cartoon of them.
Transformers.
Yes. Pass on that one. Pass on that one. Pass on that one. Okay, it's 4 ladies. They live in New York. It was a TV show. Then it was a movie. It's all.
Sex in the City?
Yes. Pass on that one. Jeez. Pass on that one. Pass on that one. Pass on that one. Pass on that one. I'm going down this. Bunnies go down it. If you're a bunny, you go down the
rabbit hole?
Got it.
Good. You have this right around the holiday. Santa's there. All your coworkers are there. It's called what?
Okay, got a 4 spot.
Is it enough to win the tournament?
Those were some hard
I hear ya.
effing movies,
Trying to
Dennys.
spike some new ones in there.
Give me a tight hand there.
Those are all popular movies. They just came out in the last 10 years.
I didn't see any of them.
So they must not be popular.
Those
I didn't
are
see
all
them.
popular movies.
I haven't been to the theater in a decade, but they couldn't have been good.
I've spiked some newer ones in there.
Yeah.
Definitely Denny's fault.
They are still making movies currently.
Corey is on here from Pembroke Pines. Hello, Corey.
Hello.
Hello. Are you ready to beat 4?
Yeah, I
Okay.
am ready to beat 4. Let's do it.
All right, let's do this. Let's get ourselves a win here. 60 seconds on the clock in the no-name movie game. Our time begins now. It's people that will try to take money from you. They're a grifter. What's another name for grifter? Pass.
Beggar?
It is, you run around, it's not a mouse. What's the other animal? Not a mouse?
Rat race?
Yep.
Boom, ding.
Let me see. It is you shoot this, bang, bang. What is that? And you're not wearing clothes. I'm not wearing clothes, bang, bang.
Naked Gun?
Yes. Okay.
Done.
It is, I can hardly hear it. It's 3 detectives that are working for a guy that has a speaker box that talks to them. They're not devils.
Charlie's Angels.
Yes. Pass. Okay, he wears a red suit. He's a blind superhero. It's
Daredevil.
yes. Pass. It's we look at it at night and you're not running. Pass. I'm sorry, that's really distracting me. Okay, it's a round thing and it's surrounded by water.
I wanted to pick, my hands were tied.
Denny's needed to be an octopus to be able to pull off
I heard it.
Well,
that connection to the iPad is
it's
fizzing.
I couldn't tell.
I found it.
What do you mean?
Okay. All right. Well, we got a 4, so we got a tie. Sorry about that.
I said island at the buzzer.
Did you? Oh, we couldn't hear you. Did she
I
say
did.
island? We don't even know. Okay. Yeah, it was so.
Snoots is going to go back there, listen
All
to
right.
the audio.
We'll check that out. Thank Corey.
If
You were
she
great,
says
by the way.
she said it. She was
Okay.
quick. She deserves
Yeah, she was.
it.
She was very good.
Despite the technical
Virginia.
difficulties, she was good.
Okay. All right. Very nice. We'll give Corey credit.
Girl was fast.
She was great. She was great.
Kevin had a lot to deal with over there.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right. We got Jennifer on the line from North Palm. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, Jennifer, I want to stay the champion. I used to live in North Palm, so we are kind of neighbors.
What?
We got this, Jason.
Okay, I love it. Just block the witch out. Don't even act like she's not even here. And that's me talking to myself.
Good luck with that. Hey, you know your sweater's on inside out?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Okay.
Stay calm, Jason.
She's trying to get under his skin. Like, hey, he's... Okay.
It's because you're the champ right now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny.
Everybody comes for the
I
champ.
know. Bring it.
Don't
Oh,
be the
bring-
champ if you don't want the heat.
Bring it. Gosh, oh, man. Why can't you miss every Friday?
Okay, 60 seconds on the clock in the No Name Movie game. Your time begins now.
Pass. Pass. Denny's. Okay. The Garden of Blank.
The Garden of Eden?
Yep. Boom. No blank. No blank.
No sweat, no money?
No. Think about the pass. Pass. He is a superhero who lives in the water.
Aquaman.
Yes. Cartoon. Basketball. Outer.
Space Jam.
Yes.
Space Jam.
If you are great with chicks, you go to the bar. You are this.
The Ladies' Man.
Yes. Pass, Denny's. He is dead. They're walking him around. He's dead. Walking him around.
Zombie.
No,
Zombie.
he's the boss. He's dead. He's at a party. He's not dead. It's not the weekday. Pass. If I am pass, Denny's.
Okay, we got a 4 spot there, too. We got a 3-way tie because Suit said the island was right after the buzzer.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what Suit said.
damn.
So just right after the buzzer. So we're going to have to go into a 3-way tie here.
Wow, first one of the year. It is going. It's
tough, right?
It's thick.
Yeah.
3-way tie.
Yeah.
That hardly ever happens.
I know. So we do the same thing, except we knock the time down from 60 seconds to 10. So we'll start back with Julie in West Palm to partner up with Virginia. Okay, same rules apply. 10 seconds is on the clock, and your time begins now.
If I'm on the run from the law, is a one-armed man in this movie. I'm on the run from the police. I'm a what?
The fugitive.
Fugitive.
It wasn't me. It was the one.
It's that one-armed guy.
Okay. Corey, here we go. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Corey's on this.
Corey is really
get you the win.
good. She's quick.
She's a threat.
Okay. All right. 10 seconds on the clock. Our time begins now. Pass. Pass. It's a horse, fast horse, and you eat it. You put gravy on it too, and you eat it. It's a floury thing. It's yes.
Oh,
I told you she was quick.
She's good. She's good. She's good.
Hard to beat.
Girl is good. Okay, you got a 1 that you got to get.
One of your movies was Inside Out that you passed on, and Jay Bird has his sweater on Inside Out.
You're right. That would have been a great clue, right?
What does Jay Bird have his sweater on? Sorry.
Okay. Shaper really wants to win here. He's trying to focus in.
I'm sorry. I was trying to block out the bad comedy.
Okay. Okay, Jennifer, you got to get 1 to stay in the game, 2 to win. 10 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
Pass.
We got it.
They have trunks. They have tusks. They mourn their death. They're an animal. They're gray. They're big. They're large. Tusk. Long nose. Long nose.
I pass. No.
Elephant! Oh, no! Bird! Oh, my thought you were going to get it, but no, it's going to go to Corey in Pembroke Pines.
Corey.
Yeah.
Strong chick.
Yeah, she's very solid. Very good partner. Congratulations, Corey. You're the champ.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
We
you
love
too.
you. Congratulations.
Very nice. Okay, well played.
A round, huh?
How about that?
It was
Yeah.
intense.
Right, it was, wasn't it? My goodness. Gosh, wow.
This is for you, the champion.
Oh, a plastic trophy. Thank you.
I'll give you the belt. I'll drive it to your house.
Okay. I appreciate that, Bird. Look at that. Rrr, strong. He's got muscles.
He's a champ.
I like that.
Damn, first one of the year. It's big.
Yeah. Oh, if only I would have chosen this instead of that. We always have that in our lives. Maybe it's picking jobs or partners or a car. But a lot of times for actors and actresses, it is movie roles. And you don't know. They're hearing a premise, they're looking at a script, and they're trying to judge, okay, which one of these is going to be the better option. And hey, if you have a long career, you're at least going to pick wrong once.
Always.
But it's entertaining when they do.
Look at us, Miami.
Yeah, right.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, we'll have Leo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Tom Hanks, all the names that I'm seeing on this list of actors who declined iconic roles for terrible ones. Leo DiCaprio could have been in An American Psycho, but instead he chose to do The Beach.
I didn't hate The Beach, but American Psycho is far way better of a movie. It's a classic.
And I think as far as Leo DiCaprio movies go, that is considered to be one of his biggest flops.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't love it.
Yeah, and I know some people are checking out the new one that he's done for Netflix. Somebody said, this is going to go down as his worst movie, without a doubt, ever. It was dumb. I had to turn it off. But I'll tell you, I think you're going to be wrong because already Don't Look Up, the movie he does with Jennifer Lawrence, has broken Netflix's record for the most viewing hours in a single week. It was released on Christmas Eve.
I have heard such mixed reviews.
Well, it's political.
I did not know.
Yes.
That makes sense of why.
So the whole premise of the movie, it's like they're calling the whole thing that's happening one thing, but really what it's supposed to be is global warming.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever they're looking up about, the meteor or whatever, the meteor, it symbolizes global warming. So you're going to have different sides politically that agree or hate it.
See, to me, what I thought it was, I saw the movie, I thought it was good. It's clearly a spoof, but it's more social commentary, I think, on, and I can see the global warming part of it definitely. And I
That's
think
what they wrote it to be like.
Yeah, and I think it also encapsulates how we handled COVID and just how people would fight. And then you would have one side, the Don't Look Up became a political fight where some people were saying, don't look up, and then other people were saying, look up. They were saying, look, if you don't believe that this meteor's coming at us, just look up. And then the other side was singing, don't look up. Don't look up.
Meteor,
it's not there. It's not. It's just it's what science is trying to tell you.
The meteor is global warming. That's how it was written.
It just had quite... Either people, I really loved it, or man, that was terrible. What a piece of crap.
Now you know.
I was wondering why.
To me,
I want to watch it now.
Yeah, if you don't take a political agenda into it and you just look at it as art or whatever, I thought it was good. And there's some funny lines. And it does, to me, point out how ridiculous some of these sides can be.
I wonder what KVJ Nation would think.
They're going to be split half and half.
Probably, yeah.
Just like everything else.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is.
Yeah. Other actors who have declined iconic roles for terrible ones. Matt Damon could have been in Manchester by the Sea, a movie that I saw that I actually didn't really like.
No, it's a lot of some dude walking around.
I really did not care for that, and maybe Matt Damon did the right thing, but I know it's critically acclaimed. He went with the movie Downsizing instead.
Not his best movie.
No, not his best work. Tom Hanks could have been Jerry Maguire. Instead, he decided to do That Thing You Do.
Which...
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire is an unbelievable movie, but he did not at all swing and miss with That Thing You Do. In fact, that was his directorial debut.
And Tom Hanks, if he were here, might say, look, do I strike you as a Jerry Maguire kind of character? I mean, that Tom Cruise was perfect for that role. I'm not that guy.
Tom Hanks was interviewed saying Tom Cruise did a better job. He would have done a better job. He was the right guy for that role.
You got to know what movies you fit into, so I would not call out a whiff for Tom Hanks.
That Thing You Do, to me, is one of the most underrated movies out there. That is such a great movie.
You know, Ray Liotta could have been Tony Soprano on The Sopranos. I had no idea. He turned down the role to do the Muppets instead. That's quite a polar opposite, right?
Ray Liotta is too good looking to be Tony Soprano.
Yeah, but that's because I think during that time period, Ray Liotta was offered that, and he wanted to get out of the whole mafia kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm going to pass on the
Muppets
Sopranos.
will cleanse that palate.
And then I'll just do the Muppets instead.
It also cleansed my career.
That's the opposite of gangster.
He hasn't done a lot since then, has he?
He's done things. He has done things. I just can't name them, Kevin.
Did you know that Matthew Broderick could have been Walter White on Breaking Bad? Instead, he did Tale of Despereaux. I don't even know what that is.
I think he thought the whole Walter White might have been too dark.
Okay.
They offered that to someone else, too, Walter White, and they turned it down, a famous person.
It was perfect how it landed.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Julia Roberts could have been in The Blind Side.
For Sandra Bullock's role.
And that could have worked, but Sandra Bullock was amazing in it. Instead, Julia Roberts did Valentine's Day.
Not a good movie.
It's not.
Although you'll get one email. Kevin, I loved Valentine's.
Doesn't it have an unbelievable cast?
did.
There's
It
about
was
20 A-listers in it.
Jam-packed, yes.
And then it's not good. That's odd. Katie Holmes, remember she didn't do The Dark Knight? And I remember at the time she was married to Tom Cruise, and there were some conspiracies that Tom Cruise wouldn't let her act anymore. I don't know if that was true, but
I believe it.
They
had
say
her in
that,
some dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was, but they say she simply chose to do the movie Mad Money instead, and arguably she opted out of a role she had established to be in the strongest of all the Batman movies.
Yeah, she was in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it was odd. That was the only thing about The Dark Knight. If you'd seen the first one, that was odd that they changed actresses on that role.
That reeks of some Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
right
he's not going to let his woman have more shine than him at the box
You're
office.
right.
You can't outshine Tom.
Yeah. Christina Applegate could have been in Legally Blonde. Instead, she chose Just Visiting.
That's
Damn.
not the right move.
But Reese is so perfect.
Reese was great in it, but don't you think Christina Applegate could have also done it well?
Yeah, she totally could have.
Christina Applegate is great in the movie Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. She's really good. You'll get an email from somebody. It'll be from me.
Molly Ringwald could have been Julia Roberts' character in Pretty Woman.
Think about Molly Ringwald back in the day.
Yeah.
She was in a lot of movies.
I know, but she wasn't as striking as Julia.
Well, the original Pretty in Pink was kind of dark. It wasn't as, fun and
Yeah, the
bubbly.
way it was written, they do the movies that made us or whatever it is. It's on Netflix, and they did a documentary on that. The guy who had written it, it was kind of a dark hooker tale. And then they brought in Gary Marshall, who had done mainly comedies, and he made it the light, fun type thing, and they made it at the end not so dark.
Yeah, I think it was really dark.
It was, yeah. Yeah, it had a different name and everything else, and then he made it Pretty Woman.
He made it awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so Molly Ringwald could have had that role. They went with Julia Roberts. Instead, Molly Ringwald chose Betsy's Wedding. And Michelle Pfeiffer could have been in Silence of the Lambs.
Clarice.
But instead, she went with that Coolio music video. Remember Gangster's Paradise?
She thought that Silence of the Lambs was way too dark of a movie.
Really?
And it is.
It is.
But it's a great... She should have done that movie.
Yeah.
Instead, you got Jodie Foster with so many lambs.
Yeah, Jodie Foster was great in that movie.
Yes. Oh, she's so good.
Kind of made it. So there you go. Some interesting acting things that changed up. Somebody just texted in and said, hey, I wonder, what's up with Rihanna? When is the last time she ever had new music out? Well, she's been making gazillions of dollars with that Fenty brand, and she's...
Fenty Beauty, Fenty Lingerie, Fenty Clothes.
Mm-hmm. And so... she's been busy with that, but she says, I believe in 2022, you're going to hear some new music from her. So
Okay.
If you're wondering whatever happened to Rihanna, she'll be back. Don't sweat it. I got some Feel Good Fridays here. Do you got any good news you can share on a Friday with us? Stoner Tiffany, who we had on Producer Dennys knows when you're high about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said her best friend Nikki is currently in the hospital on her way to giving labor for her first baby boy.
Oh, okay.
Good for her. Another text said, tomorrow's my birthday. My teenage daughter told me, don't make any plans. I'm kind of confused and excited at the same time.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Somebody else said their Feel Good Fridays. My hubby and I paid off all of our debt. So as a treat, Mama is getting a new tattoo today.
Nice.
Just don't put it on a credit card. Pay all cash.
I've noticed that if you are in the tattoo world like the rest of my family is, and I'm not, one of the big points of conversation always is, what's your next ink?
Oh, yeah. You might even be talking about that, bro, while you're getting inked with your latest tat.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. So they always know what it is they want to get when they get enough money, or they're just ready for it, or the urge hits them.
Would anybody in your family get your name?
My name?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. My wife kind of has an outline of our faces as a tattoo.
I need to, there's at least 2 tats I have to get, and I've been talking about getting them. I just haven't gotten them yet. One for Aunt Ann.
Okay, yeah.
A memorial tattoo, and then one for my dog Chewy, who passed away. I think they're both going on my back. It's a matter of just doing it.
If I ever did a tattoo, that would probably be the only thing that would convince me to do it, something to memorialize somebody that was near and dear to me.
On your wife's tattoo of you and her, does she have your new hair or your old hair?
It's not. It's just a silhouette of the faces, so it's not hair at all.
That's boring.
If I go before you get my face on your back.
I've got a special place and a piece of skin just for your face, Bert.
Okay. You could put wings on both sides of your shoulder, little bird wings.
Okay. It's an idea. That wasn't it, though. That wasn't it.
It is an idea.
It is an idea. Yeah. And somebody else said they had their first scan this week, and my first baby has a strong heartbeat.
All right.
Yeah, that is such a relief. We've gone through that drama before, trying to have Cannon back in the day, and I know every appointment you have sometimes, if you're a new parent, it's just like, oh, please be good news.
Is that how they do it? You have the baby and they go, all right, let's go the heart doctor, check the heart out. Okay, time to go to the eyeball doctor.
No, they're talking about when the baby's still in utero.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
They're checking out the heartbeat when the baby's in your belly.
You don't know how it's developing, and if you've ever had any kind of hiccups and problems, you know when they come in, you're just like, okay, what's this going to be?
Boy, you can tell I don't have kids.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm dumb.
You don't like have the baby and then send it to the cardiologist.
No, I thought it was like a car. After the baby's born, all right, go to the heart doctor, check that thing out. That's good. Haul it to the eyeball doctor.
We got to kick the tires.
One thing they do when your baby is first born, though, is they check the hearing. And they take the baby out of the room, at least they did with Cannon, and they're like, we're going to go give him the hearing test. And you're just in there waiting to be like, please, I hope those things work. And so there's a lot of moments, man, when you're having a kid that's just, oh my gosh.
Sounds very nerve-wracking.
It's so nerve-wracking. I don't miss those. And that's why when you have a child, everything works and they're healthy and you're just like, hallelujah, praise Jesus.
Well, when Rocco was born, he didn't cry like right away. And I remember just being like, cry.
Yeah, I know.
Cry.
Right.
You want the baby. That's
Yes.
always a good, healthy sign, correct?
Right.
The anxiety when you're having a kid is unbelievable, unmatched. So
How long did it take him to cry?
I think it was a matter of seconds, but for me, it felt like forever.
Okay.
Because I was like, please cry, please cry.
And then at some point, they don't stop. Please stop. Please stop. Got an email here from Sammy. She said, yeah, I was listening to the After the Show podcast yesterday, and V, I think, was putting a little Kahlua in her coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if this is I wrote down this note. I wonder if it's the same thing I heard. I'm so excited to see if this matches up for me.
Yeah, they said I replayed this a good 8 times, but tell me if this doesn't sound a little bit like the Dolphins game from way back in the day when Virginia was there interviewing players all hammered live on the radio. But did you hear Antonio Brown's spin on why he ripped his shirt off and left the game in the third quarter?
What is he saying?
Yes. Suits, do me a favor. Go to 10:30-ish in yesterday's podcast. Oh, that's it. That has to be it. I heard that. I go, what is going on over there?
What is he saying?
I wrote down the time. I'm so glad they sent that in.
Whoopsie.
That is pretty good.
Well, she did announce, Kev, I'm putting a Kahlua in my coffee, Kev.
Yes.
Dennys saw me put some more in this morning.
Oh, man. Talking about Antonio Brown, have you heard the latest?
You sent it to me, and I hadn't seen this because you used to have a sports show, so obviously you are a lot more plugged into behind-the-scenes sports dirt, but this is juicy.
Yeah, even if you don't really, follow sports, Antonio Brown is a football player. He lives in Broward County, and he's had issues here. He used to be with the Steelers. Most recently, he was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and in the third quarter of his game last Sunday, he took off his shoulder pads, took off his undershirt, threw it into the crowd, started doing jumping jacks in the end zone, said peace to the crowd, and just quit, just like that. And now there's a fight as to what exactly was going on. Now, Antonio Brown, he is claiming that they tried to make him go into the game when he was hurt, and he didn't want to. And the coaches are saying that Antonio Brown was upset because they weren't throwing the ball to him enough. And if he made a certain amount of catches, was going to get all this extra money. So these players try to get incentives by reaching these goals, and Antonio Brown was afraid he wasn't going to reach his.
Because they weren't throwing him the ball.
So that's the fight that's going back and forth, but it's not necessarily that, to me, that really stands out today in the Antonio Brown story. Let the sports shows debate what is going on with that. The one thing that happened last week when Antonio Brown left the field, a lot of people were blasting him really hard. And then Tom Brady, the famous and beautiful quarterback, said, look, we don't understand what's going on with this guy. Some people are thinking maybe he had a CTE head injury that was causing that. Other people are like, you don't know Antonio Brown. He's just an a-hole. So I don't know what's going on.
He could be both. He could be an a-hole with a concussion injury, and now it's turning him into a raging a-hole.
Or he could just be an a-hole.
Yeah, we don't know what is going on. But the one thing we do know is Tom Brady had his back. But apparently Antonio Brown doesn't have Tom Brady's, because he is throwing Tom Brady under the bus today.
Dang.
Yes.
Tom Brady was very sweet and said, look, we don't know what Antonio's going through. We need some compassion and grace.
He was nothing but lovely to Antonio Brown.
But lovely.
And so here's how Antonio Brown pays back Tom Brady. In a series of tweets, which have now been deleted, Antonio Brown called out Tom Brady for working with Alex Guerrero. That is Tom Brady's personal trainer, and he's been at the source of some other drama in Tom Brady's life, but Tom Brady's had him for more than a decade. Well, in one tweet, Antonio Brown shared some text messages that he exchanged with Guerrero, where Antonio Brown asked the trainer to return $50,000 to him. Now, apparently, Antonio Brown had paid $100,000 for Guerrero's services, but felt that he should get half of the money back because Guerrero didn't fulfill his end of the deal. So Antonio Brown ended the tweet by asking Tom Brady how he could work with, quote, people like this. And then he called out Tom Brady and he said, imagine your QB trainer charging you $100K, then doing no work. Must be was a part of these guys' plan all along.
Damn. You think Tom Brady cares about your $100,000?
So he said that really Tom Brady schemed to steal money from him is what Antonio Brown accused Tom Brady of doing. And then, oddly enough, later, Antonio Brown tweeted out his own bank account information.
Y'all, he's lost his mind.
Wow.
He took one too many hard hits to the head.
And there's also another interesting side story. What was Antonio Brown doing the night before? Well, there is now a 23-year-old influencer who says that he snuck her into his hotel room, ignoring all the NFL COVID rules that they have. And he brought her in there so that they could make some sex tapes together. Her name is Ava Louise, and maybe you know who she is because she went viral for licking a toilet seat trying to catch COVID.
Okay, so she's a classy girl.
She's a classy gal. So Antonio Brown brings this 23-year-old influencer into his room, and she's now spilling her guts to Daily Mail and anybody who will listen. She said, yeah, he wanted to film it and make a tape on my phone because he wanted to put it out there. She said the entire time he was talking about the BS COVID rules and repeatedly told her F the NFL.
Oh.
She also said Antonio Brown kept mumbling, I can't wait for you to see what I do tomorrow.
Oh, he had a plan.
That's her account of it. I don't know. She does say that she's concerned about his mental condition. She said, I really couldn't understand half of what Antonio Brown was saying.
See, I told you.
Because he was mumbling.
Yes.
This man really did not seem okay.
He's not okay, y'all.
Yeah, so I don't know. But it is, what a soap opera when you're talking about Antonio Brown.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so that's all the stuff that's going on.
Tom Brady's worth $250 million right now. So
wow,
that's how much Tom Brady is worth.
You think Tom Brady cares about your $100,000 that he would have been splitting with the trainer to pull one over on you, Antonio?
Mm-hmm.
I think not.
Yeah, probably not.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, this certainly makes me a little bit sad, but I think this is just how reading the comments will get in your head, and maybe you shouldn't do it. Don't read the comments, Britney. She posted that selfie that I told you about where she was completely naked with only emojis covering her pink parts. And then some people commented saying that her tummy was a little bit sticking out. And then
man.
I know, it's so stupid.
Come on.
Look, social media it's just a cruel game out there.
After that, she posted, "This is my first ever high-waisted bathing suit." But it was because of the comments that said that she had a little bit of a pooch.
Don't let them get you down, girl.
Yeah.
Girl, your body is fantastic. Don't read the comments.
But just know when you do put stuff out there, you're gonna get comments. You really can't have it both ways.
You're right. But you can post and then let it go and just let it be in the universe and not read the comments. And I think that'd be a healthy headspace.
Because what happens when Virginia reads the comments? She ends up going on our KVJ Facebook page and speaking for the show and just causing all types of calamity.
You call it calamity. I call it a good time.
It's called engagement. Do it again.
And finally here, I don't know if you saw this picture, Kev, but Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello have reunited. Now, I don't know if they're back together, but they were seen in Miami yesterday walking their dog together. They called it quits back in November, but this could possibly mean they're back together again.
They did one of those things that I think is tough for couples. They have a dog and they both claim custody of it.
Oh.
So I don't know if they're together just to walk the dog because they both love the dog or, if they're reconciling. But that's always a tricky thing, isn't it? It doesn't feel like the right move.
To me, unless you're married, I would not get a dog with a couple. I would get my own dog. And if my girlfriend had a dog too, I'd love it.
Yeah.
But I would also go into knowing that dog could leave my life.
Yeah, I like them together. I hope they are back, but who knows?
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I don't know. It's so high school. And I think that's why I'm so amused by this ridiculous exchange that happened in Miami over New Year's with this dumb Kardashian clan and Kanye and everybody else, what they were doing. You know, Miley, Pete Davidson, they're doing the New Year's Eve special from Miami. And then Kanye just coincidentally is in town with not one, but two different dates. And he brings along a professional photographer with him. Well, the one girl he went on the date with, or one of the dates, Julia Fox. I guess she's an actress or an influencer or something like that. She's not on my radar, but now, of course, she's telling the whole world about everything. She had such an amazing time with Kanye West in Miami. She said, I met him in Miami on New Year's Eve. It was an instant connection. His energy is so fun to be around. He had me and my friends laughing, dancing, and smiling all night. And then she goes on to say, at the restaurant, Kanye was directing an entire photo shoot. So everyone's dining there at Carbone in Miami. And Kanye West is getting the photographer here and there. He's having her sit on his lap and turn around and spoon him. It was a massive display of PDA. And she said the whole restaurant loved it and cheered us on as it was happening. So can you imagine if you were there and Kanye West is the centerpiece of the whole restaurant directing this photo shoot because he wants these photos to try to make Kim Kardashian jealous?
Because Carbone is her favorite restaurant.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, geez. So it's even more juvenile than I thought.
Yes. They used to always go there together, and she loves Carbone. It's a New York place that just recently opened in Miami.
Okay. Well, then apparently Kanye goes on to buy this girl a hotel suite full of clothes. She said it was every girl's dream come true.
Pretty woman.
Yeah, so it's just funny everything Kanye is doing to try to make Kim Kardashian upset and jealous. Meanwhile, she's jetting off with Pete Davidson to the Bahamas, and I don't think seems to care. So that's what's up. Pete Davidson is the flavor of the month. And yesterday we were talking about his dating resume. Very impressive. Kim K, Ariana Grande, who he's engaged to, Kate Beckinsale is all on there. So what I got for you today is, can you name the celebrity by their dating resume? Okay, I'll throw this out now. Jay Bird had talked about like John Mayer. He's another guy that has an amazing dating resume. He's got Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jessica Simpson, Jennifer Aniston, Cameron Diaz, Rashida Jones, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, Renee Zellweger.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know.
Arguably, and I was looking at this because we were talking about, does Pete Davidson have the greatest? And now if you're going all the way back, and I'll go back here with some of these dating resumes. But yeah, with John Mayer, his is still current enough and relative that John Mayer is the king, I would say.
I don't think John Mayer wants that title anymore. They came for John Mayer. They call him a womanizer.
I think he's embarrassed by it now.
Oh, he wants nothing to do with that title.
Okay.
I think he's ashamed of it now.
All right, so I'm going to name off the dating resume. You tell me who the celebrity is that is behind it. Fergie, Alyssa Milano, Cameron Diaz, Scarlett Johansson, Olivia Munn, Mila Kunis. Anything yet?
Josh Duhamel?
Josh Duhamel? No. Bird?
Ashton Kutcher?
No.
Wilmer Valderrama?
No. Britney Spears? Jessica Biel.
Oh, Bird.
Yeah.
Timberlake.
Yeah, I knew you'd eventually get it there.
Timberlake.
Yeah, I knew you'd eventually get it when I said that. Okay, how about this one? Claire Danes, Demi Moore, Giselle Bundchen, Sienna Miller, Blake Lively.
Oh, Bird.
Ashton Kutcher.
Bird, what do you think?
Ashton Kutcher.
You're going to go Ashton Kutcher?
What?
That's Leo DiCaprio.
Oh.
And, you know, it is kind of interesting because you will see some of these names pop up multiple times.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
Yeah. Okay. Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato, Gigi Hadid, Ashley Greene, Sophie Turner.
The Jonas brother.
You're right, Joe Jonas. I won't make you think any harder than that.
How did I get that?
You did good.
Punch me right now. Why did I get that?
You did real good.
There wasn't even multiple choice, Bird.
Yeah. Okay, who is this celebrity based on their dating resume? Sienna Miller, Kate Bosworth, Kirsten Dunst, Vanessa Manillo, Penelope Cruz, Miranda Kerr, Katy Perry.
That is Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, it's a good guess because you got the Katy Perry, but and Katy Perry's the key to this one. It's not Russell Brand, it is...
Nick Lachey?
No, Katy Perry is the key. She is with...
Oh, right now. The guy from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Orlando
Bloom.
Orlando
It's
Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
Bloomsy.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bird.
Oh, Bloom is the one that did that full frontal dong picture of himself.
Yeah.
On a
paddleboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did Harry Potter.
Oh, he did that too?
Well,
on a paddleboard?
He not in a paddleboard, but he did some full frontal in a play.
Orlando did not need a paddle.
Yeah, I know, you're right. Okay, which celebrity is this based on their dating resume? Jennifer Love Hewitt, Mandy Moore, Lindsay Lohan.
Bird.
Yeah.
Wilmer Valderrama.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Wilmer Valderrama, and it's got Ashley Simpson, Rihanna, Avril Lavigne, Demi Lovato, and Minka Kelly also on it.
They came after him, too, because they noticed, Wilmer was dating a lot of them underage.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
He liked him young and supple.
Okay. All right, another dating resume for you. Sandra Bullock, Famke Janssen, Rachel McAdams, Kat Dennings, Blake Lively, Olivia Wilde, Eva Mendes.
Bird.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, you're so close. I thought you were going to get it.
Ryan Philippe.
No.
Ryan.
Seacrest.
Famous Ryans. No.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Damn, a lot of Ryans.
There's a lot of Ryans.
Man.
Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back a little bit here. Okay. Bird, going to go back to your era. here.
Okay.
Brooke Shields, Heather Locklear, Melissa Gilbert, Nicolette Sheridan, Pamela Anderson.
Bird.
Yeah.
That's Scott Baio?
That is Scott Baio.
Wow.
Liza Minnelli, Beverly D'Angelo, and Denise Richards.
Liza.
Yeah.
You went with Liza, too.
He did.
Whoa.
Right. How about Scott Baio, huh? It's kind of crazy. All right. How about this one? Who is this celebrity based on their dating resume? Kim Basinger, Chris Evert, Sally Field, Doris Day, Faye Dunaway, Dinah Shore.
Bird?
Yeah.
Is that Alec Baldwin?
I'm going to say one more and you're going to get it.
Okay.
Lonnie Anderson.
Burt Reynolds.
Birds.
Bird. Oh, yeah.
Bird, back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah. And that's just what you know about.
No,
Right?
I will tell you, I chopped about 50 names off of his that you wouldn't know.
Got ya.
Yeah, but yeah, he was the man back in the day, making it happen.
He's producer Dennys, and he knows when you're high. He's producer Dennys, and he's one hell of a guy.
Oh, yeah, he is. First one of the brand new year. Let's see if Dennys can start off strong.
We're all winded from dancing.
You sat down the whole time.
I was sit dancing. Bird was full on doing the running man.
Singing for my supper, damn it.
Okay, I'd say we need to keep track of Denny's misses and also his wins.
For the year.
I would like to see exactly what he does. 'Cause-
Stats.
Yeah, you don't
The
miss
stats
many.
board.
Don't miss
Yeah.
many. Okay, we're going to start off here. First one of the new year is Ray from West Palm Beach. Hello, Ray.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. There you are.
Okay. All right, Ray.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Denny's is going to try to figure out if you are high or not right now. He's got a couple of questions to ask you. All right, Denny's, what do you got here for Ray?
So I thought of this one while I was in Arkansas because I saw one of these. But,
Okay.
how long, Ray, do you think it takes for a bear to dry off?
How long does it take for a bear to dry off? I'd say an hour and a half.
Okay.
Takes
All right.
much longer.
You saw a wet bear?
Kind of a straightforward question.
Yeah, very, very, very
Were
random
you hanging
one.
out with wet bears?
Yeah, oh, I saw one in Arkansas drinking from a brook.
It was real wet, huh?
Did you pet it?
No. So bears are weird because when they're down low, they look small, but when they stand up, they're 10 feet tall.
That's an intimidation thing they do.
Very
yeah, they try to look
intimidating.
bigger.
Maybe, you know what, if I can maybe just rethink my answer, I'd probably think that they'd take a longer time to dry, maybe like all day,
I think Ray's
because that's
high.
a lot of fur.
Yeah, it is a lot of fur, Ray.
Ray, you're
Ray,
preaching to the choir.
Ray wants to make sure he gets his answer right.
I
It does take a long
appreciate He's
time.
taking it
Absolutely.
serious.
He
I'm
cares
trying to
about
end this week up with a win.
I love it, Ray.
it.
Aren't
Okay.
we all?
Yes, yes, yes.
What else you got here for Ray, Denny?
Absolutely.
Ray, how many guinea pigs would it take to pin you?
Probably one. I hate guinea pigs.
All right, you just give up.
Just one.
He would submit to one guinea pig.
One would
Take
corner
me.
me very easily.
I feel it's got to be at least 50, right?
It has to be a lot.
50.
No, it's 1,000. I think it's 1,000.
If you had 50,
I could shake off 1,000 guinea pigs.
you could. You
Yeah.
really think you could take that? Think about 50 guinea pigs. They're jacked up. They have
Nothing.
meth through their body.
Meth. I don't know about that.
Where did the guinea pigs score meth?
Well, believe it or not, squirrels have had meth before too. Daddies can back me up on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Interesting. I'd like to try it one day.
Final question right here. If you started peeing sand, what would you think was the cause?
The cause would probably be an introduction to the Marvel multiverse.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
what?
I think
You're not gonna get it.
Anybody who has
It's a
Spider-Man.
superhero. It's a little deep.
She's not gonna get it.
Boy, if you're stoned, it could be a great conversation.
yeah.
It'd be a great conversation piece right there. What do you think about Ray, Denny's? Is he high or not?
I am getting high vibes from Ray.
All right, you guys.
I
stick
would
with that?
probably stay. I would go with Ray might be high.
Ray, are you high? Ray.
I
Hello.
plead the fifth, sir.
Oh, he's putting
So congratulations on your first win of the year.
I think Ray is at a different level of high. He's not introductory high.
He's in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Great timing, Ray.
Hey, I'll have what he's smoking.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if you could handle it. Wow. Okay. That was impressive.
yes.
Thank you very much, Ray.
I want to talk
appreciate
about the
that.
universities with
Yeah.
Ray.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. He brought it.
He did.
Okay. Now we go to Trent in Jupiter. Hello, Trent.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Trent?
Hey, Trent.
Hello,
Trent.
Trent.
All right. Denny's got some questions for you. What you got, Denny's?
All right, Trent. If you were raised by crows, what would be your job in crow society? It's a weird one. I
That's
apologize.
easy. I'd be the crow accountant.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
He dived right into that question.
He knows numbers.
He's like,
Okay.
He's
crow
great.
accountant.
Escrow.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Escrow.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's good. That's good stuff there.
So good.
That's right.
Let's see here, Trent. If you had to, what exotic animal milk would you drink?
I'd probably go with Tiger's milk. I don't know if that's what the Tiger King's been drinking, but I like his vibe, so I'm going with Tiger milk.
Tiger milk.
Tiger
wow, that's a
milk.
great answer.
Yeah.
Getting that tiger milk.
Powerful.
Good luck milking it.
Final one
Really
here.
strong.
If you were to flip Florida's weather with any other of the 49 states we got, which one would you flip it with, or would you leave it the same?
That's a
I'd
great
flip it with
question.
the fake Sunshine State. The fake Sunshine State, California.
Yeah.
I would take their weather because they're getting in the 60s at nighttime, and then during the daytime it's still like up in the 70s and everything.
That's
would
the
agree with
right
that.
answer. Yeah.
No humidity.
Yeah. They had the best weather.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Arkansas has cool weather, but 100% humidity at all times. It's
Yeah.
insane. It's the
Yeah.
most humid place I've ever
When I
been.
lived in Kansas City, it was like that. It was crazy. It was freezing cold winters and hotter than South Florida with humidity. It was insane.
Didn't you say they love eating a lot of ribs up there?
They do because you can't ever do anything outside, so you're always inside eating and getting fat.
No.
It's fun, but
You feel gross.
It's a
Yeah.
fun ride getting there.
yeah, you're always in artificial climate because yours isn't great. All right, what do you think about Trent? Is he high or not, Denny's?
He's tricky.
He is
Because
tough.
he's quick.
He's tough.
He's got some good answers.
Really, it's like he studied for this exam.
It's like he's practiced.
yeah.
Maybe he knew he wanted to be quick.
Yes.
Okay.
There's so many good questions.
Well, he had a plan.
He did. He came in with a plan. Came in like a pro.
All this is premeditated, Denny's.
What's
It's
your
weird
vibe?
for Suits to put two high. I'm
So
going
now
by
you-
numbers.
now
Yeah,
you're-
it's
now you're-
2022.
Now you're playing.
Boy, you
Downplaying
can
everything.
tell, man.
I'm thinking. Trent
Trent.
stuff, dude. Trent stuff.
Trent is living in Denny's head right now.
Oh, yes.
Rent free, Denny's.
Yeah.
Trent free.
Yeah,
Trent
free.
So funny. Oh gosh. I slightly get a high vibe from him, but I mean, is he tricking me? He's good.
It's the first one of the year, and just don't even think about all the people listening.
Don't blow it, Denny.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna stick with him being high. I don't think that's right.
Is everybody high around here? Okay, Trent, are you high?
The force is strong with this one. I'm very high.
Is he very high? Oh! Trent was tough, man.
Denny's!
Wow.
Wow.
How about that, huh? Wow.
This is Tiffany. This is Stoner Tiffany's fiance. We call all the time, guys.
Oh, very cool.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
They call in about, or they talk about the Weird and Whatever podcast.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that was
Yeah,
very
maybe,
good.
Maybe one day I'll call and I won't actually be high in the morning, but we'll see.
Trying to
Not
check
promising
everyone.
anything.
well
well
done.
played. Good job there. And Denny's, congratulations. What a
Oh,
great way to start off a new year.
Great joke, Jerry, yesterday.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, good heavens. We definitely know who the MVP is so far this week.
Grand slam, Josh.
Yeah, not even a doubt. If the Dolphins play this weekend like they did last weekend, people are going to be losing their minds. I think everybody's already got their pitchforks out and they're ready to light the torches. So week 2 of what they put on the field last Sunday would be terrible. So Hard Rock Stadium It's going to be interesting to see how it goes down as they take on the Patriots on Sunday. That's really the biggest thing going on in South Florida this weekend. A couple of other things that you might want to check out here and there. They're doing the Los Olas Art Fair in Fort Lauderdale Saturday and Sunday. Fun to check out. Kicking off Supercar Week 2 at the West Palm Beach Waterfront on Saturday. That's going to go all week long. You've also got on Sunday the Palm Beach Veg Fest happening at the Meyer Amphitheater in West Palm Beach. If you love vegetables. And then it all starts actually tomorrow, the West Palm Beach Green Market on the West Palm Beach waterfront. Something else to check out. Also tonight, Finesse Mitchell, he is going to be at the Dania Improv, and it's the first Friday at 5 free concert at Centennial Park and Amphitheater in downtown Boynton Beach.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, we got names now. The vandals that messed up the southernmost point buoy in Key West on New Year's Eve. The two dummies that lit the Christmas tree on fire and leaned it up against the buoy and caused all that damage with the flames. $5,000 worth. David Perkins from Lee County, Florida, has turned himself in. They had clear video of him, so it was only a matter of time. And his accomplice is Skylar Ray Jacobson from Texas. I don't think he's turned himself in yet, but they're both going to be responsible for an estimated $5,000 in damages.
Perkins is probably already rolling over on him.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they've got him, so it's only a matter of time. There is an unidentified female drive-through customer at a McDonald's in Miramar that got caught on surveillance footage throwing items at a staff member when her coupon wasn't accepted.
Oh my, throwing?
Oh yeah. People are going crazy in the drive-thrus now. And before fleeing the scene in a red and black damaged Kia, the woman was seen giving a double middle finger to the staff through the window.
Classy.
She threw this stuff and then doubled down with the double.
Double down, yeah. She came up to the window, and it's like giving them the double bird.
So. She just start throwing crap from her car.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, they're doing that kind of stuff now where they're throwing things at people in the drive-through windows. You've seen that fire in the hole challenge?
Yeah, it's very jerky.
Yeah, it really
is that a thing?
That's where people get a soda and they'll throw it in at the driver after they or the drive-through worker.
Window.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You give me
fire
the
in the
soda,
hole.
and then I immediately throw it right back, and it spills all over you. They film it.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is terrible. It really is.
If I worked the drive-through, I would have a paintball gun on the ready.
Cover your nards, boys. She's good.
You know what they need? They should have a button when that happens that you can fire up spike strips so when they pull away.
Yes.
You're right. That's a good invention.
That would be a great invention for the drive-thru workers.
Turnabout is fair play.
Yeah. Passengers who filmed themselves partying without masks aboard a chartered flight from Montreal to Cancun, Mexico, face being stranded after 3 airlines have refused to fly them back home to Canada.
This plane looked like the best party ever.
It did.
I saw the video. I was like, damn, that looks fun.
They were drinking champagne, cocktails, they were vaping, all that kind of stuff. Well, now about 30 people from the flight have tested positive for COVID. So, and nobody's wearing masks and all that kind of stuff, of course, and everybody's all upset.
That's what's happening to some politicians who've been, wear a mask, you gotta wear a mask, and then it shows them out partying without a mask on,
So
drinking.
wait, if it's a private plane, do you still have to wear a mask? Because that looked like a private charter plane.
It was, yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody said differently, and you're going to have your own opinion based on where you're set with it. They tested everybody beforehand. They were all negative when they went down to Mexico. And honestly, if you just come back with a little case of the Omicron, you could get worse things in Mexico.
Thank you.
So, you know, but yeah, people are not happy. Obviously, people don't like the people who get cavalier and they flaunt it and so recklessly party like that. And Canada's not hearing it and they're not flying them back. So
I
guess they're now permanent residents of Mexico.
Before COVID, though, that plane would have been the bomb.
Absolutely.
So fun.
Yeah. Police in Iowa say somebody was driving the wrong way on a highway yesterday. They wound up hitting multiple cars, and then the suspect stripped naked and took off running.
All right.
They later caught him, and then they took him to the hospital and said, we might want to check him out a little bit. Yeah.
Mental evaluation.
Yeah.
Do they tackle the naked guy if he does not
I don't.
comply?
Yeah, I don't know.
The rookie has to tackle him.
Yeah. A 29-year-old guy got arrested near Philadelphia last week after he stole 2 self-pleasuring devices from an adult toy store. He got away, but the cashier knows exactly who he was because he just recently applied for a job there. And he really loves them adult toys.
He's too in it.
Yeah, he really is.
He's too deep into
Dude,
this.
you got a problem.
Yeah, you do have a problem.
This is an interesting study out of Hungary. They found that dogs can be bilingual and can tell the difference between languages like English and Spanish.
Huh.
I bet there probably are a lot of South Florida dogs that are bilingual.
Yeah?
Totally.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, if you use both languages in your home, I'm sure the dog could get it.
They're responding to sounds, I believe.
For the most part, yeah. Some interesting tech stuff here today. BMW has unveiled a new concept car at the Consumer Electric Show in Vegas, and the whole thing will change colors with the push of a button. Instead of paint, the entire SUV is covered in the same digital paper that they use on the Kindle e-readers. And so if you want to drive a black car one day, you can. If you want to 10 minutes later drive a white one, you just push a button and it'll change.
Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's awesome.
That's going to be so great for bank robbers. Yeah, we're following along in a black Kia. No, a white Kia. No, I'm sorry, a red Kia. No, wait, no.
That's a great trick. Gosh, I wish I had that.
It's amazing.
And they say one of the people who invented Google Glass eyewear is now working on a smart retainer that lets you text with your tongue.
What?
I don't know about this. It does not seem COVID friendly.
They say it will track how your tongue moves and it'll figure out what you're saying even if you just mouth the words. They say it could help people communicate in very loud environments or quiet places like libraries. Could you imagine? That was always my biggest complaint being in a nightclub. I'm like, I don't even want to try to talk. Let's just look at each other and try to read faces because I'm blowing my voice out. I can't really understand you. But imagine that. You would go in the club and you could mouth what you were saying and they could read it on their phone or whatever device you're using to translate it. It's kind of an amazing invention, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're saying with the Google glasses, it would just pop up right there on your lenses.
So if we were at a loud bar, I could mouth. I could say, Virginia's asking listeners, who wants to die again? And you'd be able to hear that.
Yeah, you could be like, we need to get Virginia out of here stat.
Yes.
Yes, and I would see that. I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes we do. Look at that.
It was amazing how quick they got me out.
Oh, we got
they're
you out
good.
of there real quick.
Like the FBI.
People come prepared.
We not only got you, but we had a cloak on top of you. We covered you like a tent.
Like Rick James. Took her right out. So what are we doing today that would absolutely horrify somebody in 100 years that might be looking back at what our society was like in 2022?
Injecting our lips. Making them all big.
Why
Yeah.
you look at me?
That's true. Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
I
Yeah.
didn't inject them a lot. They're just a little bit.
But some people go really big with the lip stuff.
Yes, some of the Real Housewives of Miami that just
Right.
debuted on Peacock. Wow,
Well,
some of those girls went way too big.
I think with technology and us getting smarter with what's healthier for our bodies, you may see people looking and living longer
Yeah.
and getting away from doing all this stuff to their face. And 300 years ago, they used to put lip injections in their face.
I think there's a lot of fake things that we do that in 100 years they would look back horrified with how we're living today.
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about, what you put in your bodies. They may be, who knows, in 100 years, like, can you imagine all the sugar they were eating or that, what is that sugary liquid that is like in every kind of food
High
that you get?
fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, they may be. Can you believe they were eating that stuff 100 years ago?
Partially hydrogenated oils.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know why they put it in our food? Because it helps them make more money
Yeah.
on their products.
Right.
At our expense
At our
and our
expense.
health.
Yeah.
In other countries, it's not allowed. But in America, they don't care if we get fat and sick.
Yeah.
It's all about the almighty dollar.
No, we are fat and sick.
You couldn't pull this same crap if you go to Europe.
Hey, some people are fat and sick. Some people are fat and sassy. I feel like I'm fat and sassy right now.
You could probably put the non-biodegradable plastic in that as well.
Totally.
You know, what are those big islands that are floating out in the oceans that are bigger than Australia? That is just bottles that have kind of congealed with the currents. Yeah, they'll probably be like horrified. But can you believe all that kind of stuff? You can already see that they're doing a lot of stuff. I've even noticed the plastic straws are gone, and we had to go through that BS of the plastic or the paper straws for a while. And some places still have them, but they've come out with new straws that look like plastic, but they're not. They're somehow biodegradable, and I'm like, this is amazing stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The Publix by me, they punted on the paper straw, and they've got. It feels like plastic. I don't know if it is.
Yeah.
There's one that's bamboo that feels like plastic, but it's not.
Yeah, it's crazy what they're doing with that. So I think in 100 years, they'll be like, yeah, can you believe they use that stuff? I wonder in 100 years what they're going to think when they look back at social media. Will they be horrified by what we did, how we treated it, and what it was doing to our society?
That's a great question. Because
Yeah.
we are really in the beginning stages of it.
It's like we haven't figured out the right way to use it yet. And it's been more damaging maybe in arguments than it has been good.
I agree, but I'm not going to go on any social media rant. That was my New Year's resolution. Keep those social media rants,
To yourself.
to myself.
He actually put that rant on social media.
As I'm right now ranting about social media.
Some of the other weird things you're talking about, the lip fillers. What about butt implants?
All that's what I'm talking.
Yeah,
all of
any
that,
of that
stuff,
stuff.
where you're putting things to make yourself look better. I don't know if that's going to jive in 500 years.
Yeah. Can you imagine in 100 years when they look back and they see photos of toddler beauty pageants?
I was thinking about that, but again, think just the history of humans. We're always about putting someone out on a stage and look at me, look at me. I don't know if that does go away.
How do you feel about beauty pageants in general? Because I was thinking about doing one. Do you think it's a terrible idea? Is it anti-feminine?
To me, I think it's the opposite. I think anytime you try to tell a woman what is right for her, I think that's anti being feminist. I think women are smart enough to say, I don't want to do that, or I do want to do that. When you start, it's kind of like when Doritos tried to make a woman Dorito. As a woman she can't, make her own mind up with what kind of chips she puts in her body. I think it's anti.
Do you think Miss Crawfish would work?
I love it.
It'd be
Because
fun, right?
If you don't want to be a part of it, don't sign up.
Right.
Everything you do in life is going to get a reaction, good or bad.
It's better than Miss Krabs. Do you want to wear that sash?
Oh, you should have the runner-up is Miss.
The last place girl is Miss Krabs. Oh, that's wrong.
I think it's a good idea. And I'm trying to take off my man goggles here.
Right.
I'm saying I think it's... Let people make their own choice what's good for them.
Are all the feminists going to come for me?
Bring it.
So what else is culturally accepted today that's going to be horrifying in 100 years? When they look back at our transportation systems, will they be horrified with the high levels of traffic injuries and fatalities that we have? Because already they're talking about using these self-driving cars to help us from killing each other by keeping safe spaces, and because we can't drive, let's have a computer do it for us.
I know, but a lot of these self-driving cars end up getting in wrecks.
But think 100 years from now, you don't think that they would have mastered some kind of transportation system where no one is dying on the roads, or at least we're cutting the fatalities by a ton?
It'd be nice.
Mike A in the chat room, he's got a really good point. And the reason why I think he's got a good point, I did a lot of this over the Christmas break. He said everyone's going to be glued to their VR sets and live in a fake life. And I did some of that VR stuff.
Yeah.
It's addicting. I can see people getting lost. You can do things where you stay in this room, Virginia, and it's so mystical. You can buy items to design your little room in your virtual world.
I don't know if I like it, and that's the reason right there that I'm not doing it. Because when you say it's addicting, I don't want that.
I didn't think I would like it that much, but I can see people who are not happy with their life going into that world and not wanting to come out of it.
Well, and you could really kind of design a world that's free of pain.
Yes.
You go out now, there's pain in the world, there's people being nasty to each other, and you create your own safe space everywhere you go. It's like a Disney movie.
I was walking around the woods, this ram came up to me, he was trying to feed.
Really?
Oh, it was such an amazing experience.
See, right? Yeah.
Yes, I didn't want to leave.
You love petting rams.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. You could go underwater and be with the dolphins and the manatees.
Wow.
So in 100 years, what will they look back and be horrified, things that we do now? To me, my thought is smoking anything around strangers. The fact that you put something down into your lungs and you blow it out, and we're all then ingesting what was just in the deep crevices of your body. To me, that is kind of odd, especially the more we learn about COVID and we deal with those kind of particles and aerosols. You're just like, even the vaping or whatever it might be, when somebody blows something out, keep in mind that just came out of their lungs.
And the weed scientists are hard at work, always trying to find new ways to get high, even higher.
Yeah.
All kinds of different avenues.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with the edibles and everything else. Will there be a time where it's like going, you would look at somebody, what an animal, you're vaping or you're anything else.
I feel like we've been smoking since the beginning of time.
I know.
It's almost, it's ingrained in us.
But it's changing that fast, and we just seem to be more aware of the world around us. And honestly, when you think about it, you walk through a cloud of somebody's lung juice is what you're doing. That's what smoking is.
It's lung juice.
It's lung juice. Absolutely. What other things will they be horrified by in 100 years? I'm wondering, tackle football. Will that still be around with the injuries? You know, we've been talking a lot about Antonio Brown, who took a ridiculous hit years ago. And they're trying to make the sport safer, but will they look at tackle football in 100 years and be like, oh my gosh, what a barbaric thing they did?
It's the same question Virginia had about the beauty pageant. It's really going to depend on who is going to be in charge of putting the content out there. If people who are in charge don't want tackle football out there, there'll be a big movement, there'll be a big fight, and ultimately that will be the war they're going to want to win.
People love tackle football.
They love it.
They love a hard hit.
It's my favorite thing. I know. I do, and that's why I wonder in 100 years, will this even be something that's around?
It depends on who wants to take it down, and are they in power?
Yeah, and what will they do? Circumcision. Do you think in 100 years that'll still be around? Or will they be like, what a barbaric thing when you think about the concept of what it is and what happens? Why do we traumatize our children like that?
I think it will be around.
Do you?
Isn't it better to keep yourself clean?
I'm glad I got mine.
I'm good with it because I don't remember it. And I just one day I looked down, I'm like, it's just what it looks like. I thought it came out that way. So it didn't bother me, but I know some people really have an issue with it.
I'm glad I don't remember it, but I'm also glad it's done.
You wouldn't want to do it as an adult.
No, your 18th birthday.
Oh,
that's when it happens.
Man. Oh, terrible.
I mean, talk about not looking forward to being 18.
Terrible. Somebody said, what about working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? In 100 years, so they look back and be like, man, all they did was work in society back then.
Now, unfortunately, you're going to always have to have somebody's going to have to work long hours. If not, everything shuts down. That's going to not go away. But the goal is to work less. That's everyone's goal.
Mm-hmm.
Make money and work less. But I don't think you'll ever see a time where there's nobody working and 3 hours.
Well, yeah, you don't think anybody's going to have that light of a work
I think
schedule?
Some people will, but just the way it goes, you're going to need things to be built. You're going to need all that takes a lot of time to do.
Working.
Mm-hmm.
You need the worker ants.
You need worker ants. It's never going to go away unless we get taken over by robots, which is happening.
And I hope this is the case. Can you imagine, though, in 100 years, they look back and they see what we did for cancer treatments or that there was even cancer at all and chemo and seeing photos of people that were going through it at Komen walks and whatever and be like, wow, how crazy was that, huh? They used to have to deal with cancer. Could you imagine? I hope that's what it is in 100 years.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that would be one of the really nice things. And somebody said, what is culturally accepted today that will be horrifying in 100 years? They said the space between bathroom stall doors.
Thank you.
You're also going to get to a point where you know how I'm always on the microphone talking bad about robots? You're going to get to a point where I just saw a clip of a robot. They're making them so realistic, and they didn't know that the robot was going to do this. They were doing a test, and as they're doing the test, they're showing all the facial expressions this really human-looking robot was doing, and they put their hand in the robot's face, and the robot gets visibly annoyed and scowls at the human, and they go, "We didn't know it could do that."
Wow.
Yeah. It clearly goes from, "I'm a happy robot, don't touch my face.
I'm going to kill you."
Then it instantly goes right back to, "Hi, I'm a happy robot."
Okay, they're going to kill us all.
And y'all, it's looking like a human.
Dang. Yeah. Well, if you say something negative about a robot now, which you have, Jay Bird, will the robots in some time be able to go back and pull up all your comments and cancel you?
They're going to play when I'm 65 years old. This Jay Bird guy had horrific things about the robot community.
Can you believe he did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be what we're looking at. Anything else to add to the conversation? You can hit us up, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Got an email here. It's from Elena. She's an American, and her husband is from Chile. And she said, we always argue over the way the brand Nike is pronounced. I say it's pronounced Nike as in Nike and Nike, the way I said it. And he says it's pronounced Nike. He says this the same way I do, but without the E. Okay. I say no because it's a shoe brand, and you have to say it as the company says. So what are your thoughts? I know all of you are American and may agree with me, as this is what we are used to hearing, but maybe some of the listeners disagree. Perhaps people from Europe or South America have heard it the way that he says it. To me, I always thought it was Nike, but yeah, if you are Spanish, do you just say Nike?
When I was little, I heard Nike and Nike a lot, but as I've gotten older, I only hear Nike.
Nike is the only thing that I hear now. Well, to settle the debate that Elena was having with her husband, who's from Chile, they want to know about Nike. Is it pronounced Nike or is it pronounced Nike? And somebody texted in and said, yeah, the brand Nike is pronounced Nike after the Greek goddess of victory in mythology. And Chairman Phil Knight in 2014 confirmed this after two fans couldn't handle the uncertainty anymore. And they said, okay, so what is it? And he said, here's what it is. So that's it. It's Nike. So
okay.
Debate is settled. So I know how things go. Pronunciations, trying to get from one language to the other, can be a little bit confusing. I know we've got so many listeners that are in Latin America. Throughout South Florida, you got so many people that are bilingual. And people have even said before that they listen to the KVJ show and they learned English by listening to us. I'm like, that's crazy. So we've got something here that will be for anyone that is trying to learn either language. It is Peliculas en la radio that we've got here. Movies on the radio.
Damn, listen to him roll that R.
I wish I could do that.
He's showing off.
There's the show off rolling of the R right there. That's the best one you've ever done.
Oh, yeah. I saved the best for last. Okay, so what we've got here is Jaybird is going to be acting out a famous American movie scene in Spanish, and Suits is going to be the translator for each line, so that even if you don't know Spanish, you can still play along, because you're trying to identify what is this movie.
Okay, so you just line for line then.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So you'll say it in Spanish, Suits will say it in English, and anybody, Spanish or English, you can play along and tell us, what is this movie? All right, and scene.
¿Quieres saber por qué uso en cuchillo?
Do you want to know why I use a knife?
Las aramas son demasiado rapidita.
Guns are too quick.
No pude saber todas las pequeñas economías.
You can't savor all the little emotions.
En vez en sus últimos momentos, la gente te muestra quién son en realidad.
And you see, in their last moments, people show you who they really are.
Así que en cierto modo cancoco, e tus amigos mejor que tú.
So in a way, I know your friends better than you ever did.
La gusta servir koalas de ellos irán cooperadas.
Would you like to know which of them were cowards?
And end scene.
How did we do?
Oh, it was, trust me, it was amazing. Jaybird,
What'd you say about koalas? Is this a scene about koalas?
Is this a koala scene? You got a fair question.
It's Crocodile Dundee.
It's not about koalas. It's not Crocodile Dundee. That I'll let you know. But what is the movie that scene is from? I have a feeling the English speakers might get it easier than the Spanish. It's just great seeing all the comments from the Spanish speakers about Jaybird's performance just a second ago.
Don't give up on me. Please bring this back. I want to get better.
You do? Okay.
I felt there was some pressure there because it's not just reading. That's boring. There's acting involved.
Oh, yeah. No,
So,
you got to really bring it to life. Yeah, no doubt.
I might have overacted.
Yeah. I thought your acting was genius. I thought it was right on.
Might have hurt the pronunciation part of it.
Koalas.
There were a few that were,
Koala bear.
But, yeah, I thought it was pretty strong. So, yeah, I just want to try it out, and, we'll see if people like it. Maybe we'll bring it back again. We've got Armani here. He's from Miami. Of course, he's bilingual. I think you have to be. Yes, Armani, what do you think about Jay-Bird's performance just a second ago?
Well, I just gotta say, he for sure needs to be hired in a novella.
Okay, all right.
As dramatic as perfect.
I would love to see them just throw you into a real authentic telenovela, and then there's Jay-Bird and everybody else is just reacting with it. And what would they say if that aired on Spanish television? And they're like, "Wait, what about the one gringo in there? Like that guy it's terrible."
Who let him in?
It would be amazing.
No, I think they say that he did his thing.
That is great, Armani. Thank you very much. We got Dylan on here from Port St. Lucie, and he's got a guess as to what the movie was that was just acted out. Dylan, what do you think the movie was that Jay-Bird and Suits just gave you a scene from?
Batman: The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Batman: The Dark Knight. Yes, very nice. Do you speak any Spanish at all, Dylan?
I do not, but my wife does.
Okay, and I assume she heard Jay-Bird's Spanish and told you what the answer was?
No, Jay-Bird, you did okay. Not the best, but you did okay.
You don't have to lie to me, brother.
Jay-Bird, yeah.
That pained him to say that.
You did
It's
okay.
like, what can I say? It's kind of nice.
You don't have to lie to me, Hermano.
I got to give that credit.
Yeah, okay.
I got to give that credit to Suits. Did great, just as good as Heath Ledger.
Okay, all right, yeah. Your acting was just as good as Heath Ledger.
Is Hermano brother? Hermano.
Hermano.
So the H is silent a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hermano.
So if I called you Hermano,
brother.
that would make sense.
Hermano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good, Bird. See, we're gonna get a little bit better on our Spanish through this whole new little contest.
Can't get any worse.
That's true.
I escucho.
A little koala.
Yeah, escucho.
Listen.
I escucho.
There you go. The Golden Globes going to be going on this weekend, but you're not going to be able to really see it. It's kind of odd what is going on. You know, they had postponed the Grammys, and now the Golden Globes are not even going to be live streamed. They're just going to post the winners online. That's exciting, right? I guess it's better. Maybe they realize, it's probably COVID, but maybe they realize nobody really cares.
They don't.
Yeah, the ratings just every year look worse and worse, so they're finally getting the hint.
Well, anytime we bring it up and we bag on all those award shows, do you ever get any kind of passionate response? Guys, these things are great. We need them.
They need retooling. There's a lot of things that they've done forever in entertainment that it just doesn't work anymore. We were talking yesterday about late night talk shows, and I don't. They could air those whenever. I don't know how many people actually watch those live. In fact, I do know it's not a lot. It's a couple million. And in TV terms for a network, that's not great. Because people are checking out other things like streaming. You want to really get plugged in. There are even some talk shows that they do on Netflix. They've tried that formula before. You can get them on demand. And Netflix has got a lot of good programming coming up. I'm really excited. I saw that Ozark Season 4 is going to be dropping on January 21st.
About damn time.
I heard somebody yesterday saying that the finale, the last moment of Season 3, is one of the best moments that have ever happened in television.
I did not like Season 2. I did like Season 3, and the ending was very good. It made me excited for Season 4.
It really did. Now, I saw the trailer today. That's all that I have. So I'm letting you know that I'm giving you trailer spoilers. This is what they want you to see about the upcoming season. So that's all the information I have. That's what I'm going to give you. But I'll tell you, there is a storyline that, first of all, it looks like there's so much action. You've got so many relationship issues that are happening where people that were friends are now enemies. But the one thing that stands out to me with Ozark coming up is it looks like his son, who, when you first see him, he was a young kid when Ozark first started. Now he's, playing a teenager, I think 14. And the kid is now seeing a lot, and he knows what the parents do. And they say the line where he is now into laundering the money himself. So the kid at 14 has gotten into the business. And the main head cartel guy that you see, he says, "Marty, I will tell you, your biggest enemy is always the one that takes you down from the inside.
Oh.
And then they show the kid sitting in the back seat, and he's got one of these troubled looks, and he's looking at his dad like he's after him.
Damn.
And so it looks like the kid is going to rise up and maybe try to take Marty out. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. What do you say, Virginia? I'm here for it. Is that what the...
I'm here for it.
Is that what it is?
You have to say it like that, though.
You're just guessing, though. That's not what's going to happen.
That's just what I took away from the trailer. That's where my trailer spoiler is. It looks like that could be a storyline. And I'm sure they wanted to drop that to have a hook to say, hey, why do you want to watch season 4? Because, oh my gosh, does his kid get into the business? And then, because you're always thinking a cartel person is going to kill Marty, who's the dad in that. That's Jason Bateman. That's his character is Marty. And so you love him. I love Jason Bateman. And so you're rooting the entire time for him to not die. And you're thinking a cartel guy's going to take him out. But what if his own son winds up killing him? Dang. Yes. So I don't know. Will he survive or not? Now, the other thing that I did get from the trailer of Ozark was they said season 4, part 1, right at the end. So I think what they're doing is maybe it was, if I remember reading, I think it's maybe 4 episodes they do, and then I think there's some kind of break, and then later you get the next 4, or it's some number like that. I can't remember what it was.
4 or 6. I can't remember. They're breaking it up in an A and a B type of season.
So they've done that a little bit. I think maybe COVID kind of maybe jack with things, or just maybe that's the way they do it now. They do 2-part last seasons, if that makes sense. But
what would you do if you found out that Cannon was conspiring to kill you so he could take over the KVJ show? It'd be the CVJ show.
Oh, I'd have to kill him. But, I'd hate it. No, I don't know. I mean, that really.
If you were him, baby.
Look, you ain't a little bitch. We gotta take that.
Yeah, I mean, as a parent, though, can you imagine the ultimate conundrum of your child that you love more than anything, more than you love yourself, is trying to take you out? And I guess that's the question. What wins? Your own personal self-preservation or the love you have for your kid? And what are you going to do? Just roll over like a bee and be like, all right, take me, kid.
Nah, I ain't rolling over.
You ain't rolling over. Bert ain't rolling over.
V and J would prefer the K.
Okay.
Well, no, I would like to see what Cannon brings first. I don't want to just...
You're going to let him audition?
Let's see what he's
and
got.
then possibly still kill Kevin?
I'm just telling Kevin, don't take that
I
crap.
think, unfortunately, he would do sports. So you would be, I didn't drag you into my sports show. That kid would.
Okay.
So there you go. What would you say to this person who sent us an email wanting to know if they can take time off to spend with their dog? This came through to mail at kvjshow.com. It says, my dog is 16 years old and is at the end of his life. My vet's given him painkillers, but said that the humane thing to do would be to have him put down. I'm going to be doing that in a week, so this is all the time that I've got to spend with a dog that I've had since I was 10 years old. This dog has been my whole life, and I know I will be in an emotional wreck. I just started a new job right before Christmas, and I won't get vacation for another 6 months. So would it be ridiculous for me to ask my boss for a week off to spend with my dog? If it were my mom, there'd be no question. But what about a dog? Will the boss look at me differently if I took the next week off from work to spend time with my dying dog? If a week's too much, how much time should I ask for?
I personally think that's... I wanted a week off after Chewy passed, so I totally get that. Now, what I would say, let's change your strategy up.
Okay.
Let's take this week off. People don't have to know every detail in your life. You let them know that you are having family issues and you have to be there for your family because someone is sick. And you're not lying. You're being honest, but you're not giving every dirty little detail.
Okay.
You don't have to say that it's a dog.
Yeah.
You can say, I need a couple days, personal days, for medical stuff going on in my family. I'm so sorry. It's not me. It's somebody else, but I just have to take care of them.
And you can be, proud, just tell them how it is. Tell them it's your dog. That's all fine and good. But a lot of people aren't going to understand. They're not going to get that.
No, especially if your boss is not like a dog lover.
Totally.
Is a week still the right amount of time to ask off for?
I wanted a week. I didn't want to do anything. So for me, that's
a week
good.
would work.
Well, if that's the one you're cashing it all in on, that's the loved one you want to mourn, then do it.
Okay.
I think
but just know you're not going to be able to go back to this well.
Yeah. When mom dies, you can't go back. You have to go to work the next day.
Yeah, so if Granny kicks it in another week,
totally.
You got to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're in trouble there. We had some other birthdays for this weekend. People want a quick little shout out. Happy to do it. Yana, happy 16th birthday today. Also, happy 8th birthday to Ryder. His golden birthday is tomorrow. That's from Mommy, Daddy, Avery, Dylan, Brady, and Milo. Then you got a happy golden birthday to Charlie Bear. You're going to be celebrating on Sunday. You're such a kind, sweet, and thoughtful son. So proud of you from your mama and Graham. And then also Sylvia Gonzalez from Rancho Cucamonga, Redland, California, having a happy birthday. Longtime KVJ Show listener. And thank you for introducing me to KVJ. And now I'm a new loyal listener as well. Yeah! Can't wait for KVJ to have listeners meet and greet here in Los Angeles. Yeah, Ian sent that in. I'd love to do that. It'd be nice. Get that out to LA and have a KVJ meetup.
Dang, it's 6:52 right now in LA.
Okay.
No?
I can't do the math. It hurts my brain.
It's 6:52.
And it's just our time minus 3.
We don't know if that's right.
No, I know.
I don't.
That's tough.
Kevin goes, it's only 3.
Yeah.
All right, well, I didn't know that. I thought maybe it was 4.
Okay, all right.
We dumb.
Okay, after the show podcast coming up just about 10 minutes. Before we get to that, Jaybird, if you wrap us up here with your thought for the day.
If they can get you asking the wrong questions, they don't have to worry about answers.
Oh, yes.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.